different. But bottom line, he's a dirtbag. He's a freaking sociopath.
Well, I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this right now. At one point, I had got. First of all, I don't like the fact that he had this guy named Rodney Jones, who was a producer.
Yeah.
What?
Yep.
I didn't like his name being attached to mine. I was like, yo, really? Yeah.
Oh, I was like, wait a minute. What?
Yeah.
Okay,
no. It wasn't that you didn't like his name attached to yours. You didn't like your name attached to Diddy's.
Yeah, true that. I don't really care for that.
It's not you, but somebody named Rodney Jones is associated with him.
Oh yeah.
But you know what? Yeah, for sure.
Are you upping your security?
The funny thing you mentioned security, because one time I was working at Radio City Music Hall as security, and I had a run-in, not with Diddy, but with his main security person. And because I refused to let them go in a certain way at Radio City.
Whoa, pause.
What did I say? I don't get it. What you said? Whoa, pause.
You said you refused to let them go in a certain way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my God, really?
Wow. Okay. My bad. I gotta choose my words more carefully.
I guess pun intended, right?
I guess so.
Right? Oh, hey.
Let me bring some more people in here. I see Mrs. Nix. Thank you, Mrs. Nix, for being here. Appreciate you. And also the Bishop, your mic is live. Thanks for joining us tonight. We're just getting started talking about the diddler and his nonsense. This guy is a real piece of shit. He's a piece of shit.
Sociopath. I mean, that's what they do. They're crazy.
Well, you know what? I was watching these 4 episodes, whatnot, and what my take is, the first 2 was on about his climb up from being an intern to the mogul that he is/was, and the last 2 episodes, I was like, yo, this dude, he's sick. He's sick. And we've heard the stories even before the on his climb up. We've heard the stories about him.
Oh, long before.
This is nothing new, you know?
Well, let me ask you a question.
Please.
If he's been same with R. Kelly, same with whatever that guy's name, Epstein.
He's probably
money buys silence.
And the thing that bothers me the most is the fact that out of all the years he's been with this deviant behavior or whatnot, it only comes out years later. Why don't these people come out when kind of like, I'll say, like when the wound is kind of fresh? You know what I'm saying?
But I hear what you're saying, and I agree to a point. But I also think that we just got through saying that we all knew and had heard these stories for years, but yet nobody spoke out in terms of people that are around him. And even if it was out there, nobody condemned him. They just said, well, that's, the lifestyle, that's Diddy. So maybe that was one of the reasons why the victims didn't feel confident that if they came out, people would take them seriously, because we hadn't taken Diddy seriously for 30 years.
What about non-disclosure agreements? Did he make it look like
I mean, during that documentary, I heard nothing about NDAs. Really? Unless I missed something. I heard nothing about it.
It wasn't said, but it was talked about before. Danity Kane actually had mentioned it before, where Aubrey had said that she refused to sign one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
But I think people probably didn't talk so much because he was getting people murdered.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what?
People were scared.
You know what's even more interesting than that documentary? I challenge y'all to go on YouTube and Google Tyson Beckford. Remember Tyson Beckford?
Yeah, of course.
And hear the run-in he had. Diddy and his boys confronted him. Something went left. I, knowing this guy's a model, never knew he was that. He's from the Bronx. Yeah. So he has.
Wait. Tyson Beckford goes both ways?
Let me not at all. Let me finish, man.
Let him finish.
So
Let him finish. Hold on.
Some incident went left.
Yeah.
And they thought they ran him down. He went in his trunk and pulled out a 12 gauge. And he ended the conversation with, I probably could have did a lot of people a favor.
Wow.
Google Tyson Beckford Breakfast Club. That was, to me, that was crazier than the documentary. Now remember, the documentary, he had somebody filming this.
Yes.
Because again, the big scheme was, I'm gonna get off, I'm gonna show all of this film, what I was doing, and I was, being Diddy. And when it went left, now the guy can sell it to whoever he wants. And everybody says 50 Cent. There was also a woman that helped produce this documentary.
Yes.
I forgot her name, but they show her during the documentary. So it wasn't just like, we know 50. He has a way of getting under people. But I'm glad that the live is on, guys, because I told you, when I found live, and he gave me this, he kept me on. I told y'all, man, if live ever calls you, plug your phone in, charge your headset, because he's gonna give you, he's gonna give you a class. And he didn't see the documentary, guys.
I gotta tell you,
he was just going off the cuff,
I'm sure.
Just going off what he's
I'm gonna give him his shine. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna let him talk because I heard the story. But
can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay.
Bishop.
What's going on?
All right.
What up?
As Steve said, 50 Cent, best troll of all time, which I totally agree. He won. Diddy can't recover from that quote unquote documentary.
No.
So
I'm here, so I hope you can talk.
I'm curious. This lifestyle that Diddy was engaged in, and he was engaged in it with other adults. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
He was engaged in with other adults.
Yeah, I hear you.
So I'm wondering, like, what the big deal is. If it was deviant behavior, they were engaged in it as well. So it's kind of like,
hope you ain't got it on mute.
I don't understand what the big deal is.
And of course,
the big deal.
See his lips moving, but
you know what? Am I muted?
No, I hear you.
I hear
you. Okay.
You hear him?
Yeah.
I don't hear live.
You got your headphones plugged in?
I
got my earbuds in.
We hear you live. We hear you live.
Okay. Yeah. So again, man, me and Dom talked about this already, man, and I it's funny because again, coming through the industry, you it's a small world, right? It's a huge world, but it's a small world at the same time. So, you meet everybody that meet everybody, right? And you're privy to the setup party and then the demonic party. You understand what I'm saying? Like it's like the first party or the first you hear a album release party. You understand what I'm saying? For La 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 and these dudes, you know what I'm saying? And you go, okay, I'm there, right? And you there, and that's where all the introductory bridge drugs is at. You know what I'm saying? And that's where all the feet, you know what I'm saying? So all the ladies is at. You know what I'm saying? It's where all the up and coming stars and the A&Rs and everybody is there. So everybody want to be at this party. You understand? But that's only the party that go, okay, we moving this up to the Hamptons, right? Or we moving this uptown. Or we moving this over by Central Park West or whatever. And that's the party where you get smacked up. Right? So to Bishop's point, right? It's if you in the industry, you should know better, right? Because you already risking life and limb going to that first party, right? Because it's not only Diddy, right? Every dude that's kind of in that lane in that tier looking for some type of come up. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be some deviant shit or just trying to get paid, right? Everybody looking for a come up. Everybody and most, if not all of the people at the party, including myself, is looking for a way to snatch a piece of that pie. Now, what you gonna do about it? Well, now what you gonna do for it is the question that kept Diddy doing that shit for 20 years. Because you know what I'm saying? Because again, it's you got consenting adults, barely, right? Barely consenting adults and older who want a piece of that pie, want a piece of American dream. But what you want to do for it?
Yeah. So
This is where Diddy and his demonic shit come in, right?
But if you
The longer he stayed in power, right, the more emboldened he got to the point where that motherfucker is under federal indictment, right? And he done the baby oil shit done came out, but he's still recording himself for the after party, right? For when I win, right? Because I know too many motherfuckers that's not going to keep me under this fucking truck. You know what I'm saying? Like, so he thinks he's gonna win. He thinks he's gonna prevail and be able to sell that footage to Netflix. Right? Somebody else sold that shit to Netflix.
So can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question? Because I understand, like, when it's industry, it's a slick environment. Everybody trying to get this. I didn't see anything. It just was a bunch of adults that compromised their morals or didn't have any moral compass. So, and somebody put Diddy on. So he didn't start it. And if it's throughout the industry, it's throughout the movie industry, the music industry, it's throughout all of that. So I think where I'm having a problem at is they're making Diddy the face of this deviancy. And
I mean, but Bishop, you know what that is, though. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like you know, you got the Epsteins and the Feinsteins. You know what I'm saying? Who don't get that glare, but are under that same demonic. You know what I'm saying? Kind of activity, right? Still, we talking about him. We talking about Cosby, and we not gonna act like he didn't do it, right?
No,
just because he's under the magnifying glass and doesn't get the equal scrutiny, that don't mean that nigga not still a fucking demon. You understand what I'm saying? All right, he's still a fucking demon, man, and he still ruined a lot of people's. Even though, again, man, and I told this shit to Dom, right? And I know Moody probably could back me up on this shit too, right? You have a choice.
Absolutely.
Right? You have a choice, man. My choice was interrupted by my cheapness and my inability to get my grandmother out the projects. You understand what I'm saying? Sure. I don't necessarily know, and I'm not this shit gonna sound wicked, right? How far would I have got if I could have got my grandmother out the projects? They would have said, yeah, what I never got compromised by no bullshit questionnaires and then, you know what I'm saying, that, you know, the drinks and shit like that, because I always bought my own weed to the party. Fuck the bullshit, right? But at the same time, the dude next to me and the woman next to me are all dreamers, right? And it's what do I need to do to get on this next plateau? Because again, I didn't speak ill about my people. I didn't speak ill about women. I didn't do none of the things that I was supposed to conform to be in that industry long. So it's very easy. Sure.
Let me ask you a question.
Sure.
If they buy into this, if they all bought into this, then how are they able to press charges? Like,
it's still a crime. Like it's still. I understand what you're saying, but it's like it's still a
where's
crime.
The fine line? I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm a survivor of sex trafficking. I know what it is, but where is the line? Like, if I go to a party and I see a bunch of people walking around naked, my choice is to either leave or participate. So where does it become a crime? When I mean, aside from the
Right. I believe that the fine line comes when your ass is drugged the fuck up. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I believe the fine line is okay when you're, and then again, this is another choice, is when somebody comes with you with ultimatums like, well, yo, you want this deal, you want to suck this dick. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like,
I've had that before. I've
you
had that
understand?
before. Yeah,
Right,
I
right.
understand. I had someone tell me
I would love, right. I'm sorry. I would love to think that debate or the society that we live in is of moral enough base to see that as a crime. You understand what I'm saying? That kind of just slightly negates your admissibility in it, right? This is something you were induced with, you were seduced with, right?
If he
Because it took
didn't have billions of dollars, he would be buried under the jail right now.
no question. But watch this though. If it wasn't for the motherfuckers that if it wasn't for the abused, right? If it wasn't for the people that were abused that went along with his shit. All right, yo, I made 5 albums and then, then he raped me, right? I was with him for 8 years and now he is an abuser, right? I attained all of this shit, but now 15 years later, I'm an abuser. It's all the enablers who I blame. You know what I'm saying? Like Diddy need to be put under the jail. That they put motherfuckers under the jail. That they put motherfuckers under the jail. He need to go there and be right next to the fucking devil. But at the same time, it's the 20 years was made possible by every person that did not come forward with their bullshit.
So
but
when
everybody.
When you
made
so
what
he was convicted of, he was convicted of sex trafficking. So
okay,
they didn't say anything about rape. They didn't say anything about doping up and raping somebody.
Okay.
They kept repeating the thing. They kept showing the video of him beating the girl up. And
Mhm.
I don't condone that. I don't condone that at all. But they kept repeating that. And what he ultimately got convicted of is like something sex trafficking. He got charged with like racketeering and
some Al
all kind
Capone
of like
shit, right?
yeah. And it's like again, it was an overreach. It was an overreach from the beginning with the charges.
Right.
That's number one. So that's probably why he thought he was going to win, because they were charging him with stuff that is normally for like organized crime. And then two, the charge that they ultimately got him on, I'm like 20 years for you know how many dudes out here could be charged, criminally charged with like transporting a chick for the purposes of exercise.
That happens every day.
It happens
every day.
Right. Yeah. So somebody, if you think about it, he didn't get judged because of his deviancy. He didn't get judged. He got judged. He got penalized because he pissed the wrong people off.
Yes, sir.
That's
Absolutely.
why he got judged.
I agree.
That's
with
why
you.
he got pissed
I
the
agree
wrong
with
people
you.
off. So if he hadn't pissed the people off, hadn't pissed the people off, whatever he was doing would have been just fine.
Because it was just fine 10 years ago.
Right.
It was just fine 15 years ago. Right.
Do y'all remember when this first came?
How did Cassie get away with it?
Hold on, Evelyn. Let me get Dom's
Do y'all remember when this first came out and I sent y'all that article of a person I knew that got 60 years for basically doing what Diddy did, sex trafficking? When you move a human from point A to point B and cross lines, that's where the FBI steps in.
Right.
Now you're not only pimping. Right. Now you're not only pimping, but you're sex trafficking.
Right.
But to piggyback off of Live from the conversation me and Live had, the thing that saved Live and separated him from other folks per conversation I had with Live didn't have to sell his soul. Live had a job. Live knew what he was doing. Live had talent, but Live wasn't one of those dudes coming in the door like, I need this. I'm begging for this. I will do anything for this. Live had that get out of jail free card, and he took it. And still to this day, Live was successful. He might have been successful overseas, but the thing is, and not just because I love Live and I've known him forever, he refused to sell his soul to the demon, the devil, that
the
guy,
devil.
or
The
any
devil.
one of them guys. And everybody has that choice. But
Right.
most would not take it, and Live could attest to that.
Right. That's what I'm speaking on, basically.
Was that so you knew him?
I did not know him. I ran in the same circles.
Wow. Oh wow.
You know what I'm saying? Okay. I ran into I was at a lot of the first parties, put it like that. I was at a lot of the, you know.
Thank God that you didn't drink the drink for real.
No, again, I bought my own weed, right? That is a pure fact. I didn't smoke after motherfuckers. I didn't drink after motherfuckers. I bought my own shit.
Saved your life.
No question. But again, you know what I'm saying? Again, what I'm trying to put y'all on to is that everybody knew.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Everybody. To Bishop's point, you know what you're getting into, right? And to your point, young lady, the reason why Cassie got away with murder because her perspective was needed to convict him in the public.
To demonize him publicly. To demonize him publicly.
Right.
To your point, to what you said, she was with him for what, 15 years?
15 years, yeah.
She set it up.
Right.
They have it on record that she's going, hey baby, I want this motherfucker to come over and fuck me. Excuse my language, y'all. I want this dude to come over and fuck me. You know what I'm saying? Diddy is heard saying, nah, baby, I don't know, fuck all that shit. She's like, please, baby, I want this to happen. All right, shorty. Go ahead and do it. I'll be ready. Blah, 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 blah. She was instigating. She was a full partner in the demonic shit. Right? And how she won a fucking dime, I don't know. But again, I believe her perspective was what was needed to taint any fucking pact of innocence, any accusation of innocence on his part. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, him beating the shit out of her in the hallway probably wouldn't be enough, right? Like it had to be. Like you had to hear the sexual practices of what Cassie went through, being pawned off the people. You know what I'm saying? Other than himself. You know what I'm saying? Things of that nature. Her getting STDs and all of this other shit. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta watch this for real now.
So then I would have to ask, how come she wasn't charged? Because she was involved
for her testimony. Exactly. She got immunity for her testimony.
Exactly my point. So that's why I'm like, okay, well. I wouldn't want him dating any of my sisters. I won't want him dating any family members.
Why not?
Yeah, all right.
Son, you wouldn't want to go near. Listen, this is the closest I got to that whole situation, right? I was shopping my tape around. You know what I'm saying? A young lady that used to run Diddy's house, and they called it Daddy's house at the time. It was a studio on 31st and like 8th, 7th, I think, something like that. Anyway, I used to run into her at these parties, and she had one of my tapes, and I used to run into her like maybe in a 2-3 year period a couple of times, and I'm like, yo, it's good. What's popping? She was like, nah, I'm trying to get you in there. I'm trying to get you in there. I'm trying to get you in there. So that was the closest I got to that. You understand what I'm saying? But they were always looking for talent. They were always looking for people to come through. So that's why you see the G Deps and the Black Robs and the people of that. And even D. Dot Angeletti, you know what I'm saying? The producer who got jerked around, you know what I'm saying? All of these got crimes. All of these dudes have crime stories because there's an outward initiation to the streets and to how much you want to give up as an artist. You understand what I'm saying? Again, I really wasn't with.
Wasn't DMX always talking about that? DMX was always talking about that, you know.
Yeah, but see, he was right. Hey.
You're right.
But in the karma industry, to Bishop's point, like this ain't illegal, that ain't illegal. But in the karma industry, all the people he shit on, it was like karma was saying, hey, we don't care what the FBI said. Karma is sooner or later gonna get you.
Right.
Because he shit on a lot of people. Then
And
while
karma
to Bishop's point, it's not illegal, but there is repercussions, guys.
Yes.
You can't do what you've always done.
And karma is not done yet. I'm sorry. Karma is not done.
Oh no,
karma's not done at all with him.
So
thank you,
I would ask if he hadn't sued the tequila or whatever that liquor company was.
The Ciroc.
Yeah, if he hadn't sued that company because they didn't plant the guava or whatever for his tequila, if he hadn't done that, then none of this,
that might have been it, bitch.
None of this
that
would have come out, and they would have.
He
had a contract. He had a contract.
So he had a contract with Ciroc where he was supposed to be able to put out his own line. You understand what I'm saying? His own brand of tequila.
Mm-hmm.
They reneged on that. You understand what I'm saying? I think he went and attempted. I don't know the full spectrum of it, but I think he was supposed to have sued him, and I think he might have settled out of court or some shit like that. That was the beginning of the end. You know what I'm saying? Do we know that was the pebble that broke the camel back? I don't know, but it sounds very, very coincidental.
But there was so many snowballs before that live that
of course, right.
Before the vodka, before Cassidy, there was just so many. Like I said, you're not going to continually shit on somebody. And like Lar said, the karma's not even done. Hopefully it's not. And I don't know this guy from Adam's house yet. All I know, you do wrong. Got to come back sooner or later. You know, the mind don't forget, the body don't forget.
Nah, he in jail in the best possible place. He like dudes. There's a whole bunch of dudes in there.
A whole bunch of dudes.
He can have as
many bunch of dudes.
He can have as many freak offs as he wants.
Watch how much of his money he moves offshore or to his children.
Oh, that been happened. When they was first talking about indicting that dude, he did all that.
Exactly.
Everything in his, and I mean, like you could hear it in the first part of that when that first part of the documentary where when he first got his A&R situation. He put everything in his mother's name. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. He put 75% in his mother's name and 25% went to his partner's name. I forgot the guy's name.
Right.
Yeah.
One of the other enablers, the cat with the dread, another enabler, and he even saying on the documentary, "Am I part of the bullshit?" Of course you are, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
I'm still wondering how this guy got out of that situation with the party at the college or whatnot. We're like,
they never did. They never did. They just couldn't find him liable because they had pawned off the security part of the party to a separate entity. You understand what I'm saying? So they never can nail it to him. But they kept on trying. There's still people trying to sue him from that shit to today. Yeah. They just can't. They can't do it because they couldn't put him as the sole part. You know what I'm saying? But ultimately, he benefited from that shit.
Right. So, let me just say this piece because I'm hearing the word demonizing, and the issue that I have is you don't demonize a demon, you expose a demon.
There you go. There you go.
And so usually when we say demonize or villainize or those kind of words, we're talking about someone who is being unfairly, you know what I'm saying. In this case, regardless of what people's intentions were as far as these cases against Diddy built a whole career. He was a deviant personality with or without the money. The money gave him the power. And he used that power to draw people in on their own dreams. And Live had a line that he was not going to draw. He knew the game and he wasn't going to cross that line. But some people in desperation, they're promised things, they see the lifestyle, they want that, they don't have other things going for them, and it is intoxicating intoxicating in itself. That whole imagery. I mean, our boy Dre,
Yes.
we did a whole lot of running around back in the late '80s too. Never got to any higher than just perspective trying to get into the industry. But I'll be honest with you, I thank God that I did, because not saying that I could not have defended myself or kept myself out of certain things. I just don't want that type of energy attached to me.
Understood.
So with Diddy, and to Dom's point about karma and all of that stuff, he put a lot of bad energy out there, and he damaged people, and he took advantage of a lot of people. And I can't give him the pass of saying, well, they went after him because of the liquor company and all these other things. Diddy was not a good person, is not a good person. And his power and money advanced that and his career. So now this is what happened. This is the other side of it.
Well, the reason why I said what I said is not to lighten what he's done. I'm not trying to make light of it. What I'm saying is we got to be careful how we buy into what the media is portraying, because if you allow it, they'll make black men the face of all deviancy. They'll make black men the face of. So when you look at R. Kelly, R. Kelly was doing what R. Kelly was doing, and he was, taking advantage of underage girls and so forth and so on. But when they shined the light on Epstein, this was like 10 times bigger than what R. Kelly was doing, but R. Kelly became the face of
pedophilia. I get that. I get that. I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. The issue that I have is, we're, as adults, we have to take accountability.
Right.
Absolutely. The criminal justice system and the perception in this country has never been fair towards black men.
Right.
But I'm not going to absolve or even try to downplay that behavior.
I'm not going to pile on, though. I'm not going to pile on either.
It's not piling. It's not. I don't consider it piling on. Diddy did some messed up stuff, and that's what I hold him accountable for. I don't hold him accountable for what the level, the degree with Epstein. We know that certain people are going to be projected more as being the deviant criminal ones. The jails are full of black men, but the narrative and what they did, I have to make a separation there. I have to say, Diddy put himself in this position, and when I was a child, my mother told me that if I do a crime, I can't get in front of the judge and say the consequence, his punishment is not fair. I don't have the right to say that. If that judge says I get 10 years and so gets 5 years, and we look differently, I'm not in a position to say, well, I should only get 5 years.
No.
Is it fair? No, but life isn't fair. But if you put yourself in a position to, knowing that the cards are stacked against you, then you have to understand, just like we hold people accountable for going to Diddy's parties, knowing what's going on. Well, Diddy did these things, and these are the consequences. Is it too much? Maybe. Did he not get the same treatment that Epstein and some of these others? Maybe. But you can't do that kind of behavior and then expect somebody to be just with you. He has to. This is what it is, and fairness is out the window to me.
How many people, Dave, regardless of color and just money, that Dave don't have as much money, so he might suffer more, but Dave still broke the law.
Right.
So, like, where do we draw this line? Like Harvey Weinstein, for example, they're still trying to hem this guy up, whether he was right or wrong, guy, but he's still in jail. And there are people that said, and we know, because here's the funny thing, to Lion's point, how people disappear. How many people have disappeared that were in the line of fire with Harvey Weinstein that put him up on the platform? Some pretty high-profile people. No names. Oprah. What about all the people that were supposed to be at Diddy's party? You don't hear from no more. T.D. Jakes, no names mentioned.
Right.
But now all of a sudden they're ghosts. They're all Maury Hardwick now. They're all ghosts.
If you don't conform, they will ruin your career.
Yeah.
Right. I think the bishop's point, man. I think what what we would love not to happen is for something to happen because our moral base is too holy, right? It's too holier than thou, right? I mean, to Bishop's point, he didn't get convicted on the demonic shit. He got convicted for trafficking, right? So we would want him to be convicted for the manipulations and the rapes and all of that. That's what we want him to be convicted. And because we couldn't do that, society has allowed him to be. And to Dave's point, I don't want to call it demonized, but we've demonized his acts to the point where it's okay that we convict your ass on one thing, but it really was for this.
Again,
that's a slippery slope. I hear you.
It's the guy that I told y'all about in Florida. Sex trafficking, moving people from A to B. 60 years.
Sorry, Mr.
Right.
60 years.
Right.
And he got what, 4 years?
But that's a white man law too. They convicted Italian. Now you know what I'm saying. If you want to call it prejudice, whatever. But they convicted Italian gangsters on that shit.
And that's what's amazing. Like me and you had this conversation. When you heard the words Rico, you was thinking mafia, Gambino family, Godfather. You didn't hear the Rico status. Or
let me get
on regular Joes.
When you hear Rico, it's the government basically saying we ain't got shit on this motherfucker.
Let me hear what Mrs. Nick's got to say about this because I know she wanted to talk.
No, I was just gonna say. Remember, he also paid people off, like all the women that came forward before everything. He paid off, and so we don't know what was part of that payoff. Maybe it was they can't continue to talk.
Right. Sure. The ironic thing behind that, Anna, is the video. Him doing this video before going to court ended up kicking him in his face. Why? Because he tried to shit on somebody else and pay this individual. So now Anna can sell it to whoever she wants. It just so happened to be
but I don't again, like that's cool and everything, but I don't necessarily like 50 Cent with the whole, like now that you underneath, I'm gonna, put my pants down and shit.
You know how he rolls, Bishop. Sorry.
That's how he been.
But I don't like.
He's been doing that.
I'm saying I don't really. That's like some Wendy Williams type stuff. I don't really get down with that. It's like, it's happening how it's happening to you. That's cool. But it's like now you going out and you
to that point, Bishop,
gossiping about it and
you did this to yourself.
Yeah, I got all of that. I got all of that. But then why are you, as another man, why are you so concerned about what is happening with it? So to the point where you petty enough to peddle this thing for what? For views, for likes, for what?
To keep his name valid.
He was gonna shit on everybody. He was going with that footage. He was gonna go,
yeah, see,
right?
Look at me now. Yeah.
Look at me now, right? Because I'm here fighting, and I knew I was gonna get off. And look at me anticipating the moment I get off. These is moments away from when I get off.
Right.
Shit, I didn't get off. You know what I'm saying? Now the dude with the footage sold it to 50 Cent.
Yeah.
Would you have looked at it differently live if somebody else purchased this footage? The footage is the footage.
No.
I don't care.
No, it's footage.
Even still,
I wish I had the footage. I wish I had.
It's like Wendy Williams shit. It's come on.
It's just drama.
Bishop 50 Cent is who he is, man. I'm sorry.
But I'm saying how many years did Diddy get?
4.
So 4 years. He'll be out in 2.
So out of all of that stuff that he did, all of the stuff that he did that is factual that he did this stuff, they gave him it's a slight pittance of what he deserved.
Right.
of what he actually deserved. So again, I gotta say, as a society, they don't frown upon this deviant stuff.
Nah,
Right.
but again, 20 years, Bishop, we knew they don't frown on it. They allowed this shit.
Right.
They allowed him to settle out of court to Mrs. Nigga, you know what I'm saying? To that narrative, they allowed him to settle out of court 100 times with 100 men and women. You know what I'm saying? So his name couldn't be tarnished. Now that they wanted his ass out the public eye and no power and everything, they allowed everything to come out.
I just find it.
Sports.
Yeah.
Can we talk about sports? This is depressing.
I know. Talk about how Aaron Rodgers pulled it out of his ass.
Wow.
Wow.
Whoa.
Yeah, pause. Hold on. Hey, hold on.
What did he pull out of what?
Well, he won, but they're like going back at the Steelers for bad calls.
Well, listen. I'm not really a fan of a bad call and this and that. I don't really try to hear that. You know, if you handled your business, you wouldn't have left it up to the referees whatsoever. Period. Handle your business. And
but
that's
did you see that? Did you see where they're saying that several of the calls were wrong?
Man,
that's the NFL.
Yeah. And again, I go back to saying, if you're not handling your business as a team, and with the referee shouldn't even matter.
You get what you get.
The referee shouldn't even matter.
Did I miss something? How did we get to Aaron Rodgers? I was trying to put my headset on.
He was pulling something out of his ass. So it was a segue.
So the bishop said he was feeling dirty about talking about all this Diddy stuff.
Yeah,
you need to stop, Bishop.
You know what I'm surprised is that Lamar Jackson is not doing as well as he should have.
There's a lot of teams that's not doing well.
Yeah, this year is a weird year.
Yeah, this is weird.
It's a topsy-turvy weird. You got the New England Patriots at 11-2, 4 more games. I think they're 2 games ahead of the Buffalo Bills, if I'm not mistaken. Kansas City's not looking good at all.
Okay,
Yeah,
Kansas 500.
Our team is not looking good at all.
That's not my team, son. Stop it. That's not my team. Stop it. I'm just saying, this year has been very, like I said, I was going to talk about this the other week, is the parity is live in the league. Because you got guys like Jacksonville Jaguars, you got Denver Broncos, these teams that were middling and failing. These teams that were middling and failing, they're succeeding now.
It's like a total
the Jets and Giants are still where they're supposed to be.
The parity didn't get exposed to them, obviously.
Where they're supposed to be. Well, if they can, I mean, look at Russell Wilson. He's a healthy scratch. Like that, I've never even heard of a healthy scratch.
Not in football. I heard it in hockey. But,
I've never heard that either.
They called him last week. They said he's a healthy scratch, which means he's healthy, but they don't want him.
Well, who does? Who would?
We went over that for a couple of years, huh, guys?
Meanwhile,
who would?
Phillip Rivers is a grandfather,
and he's crying out.
That's crazy.
And
now that's the ultimate insult. I'm sorry, that's the ultimate insult to Wilson, because you got a guy that hasn't played since 2020.
Yep,
44 years old, and you immediately are working him out. Pause. I'm just saying.
That dude was in Disney. He was in Disneyland with his grandkids.
Yep.
Hey, you want a job?
Crazy.
But you know what? We had this conversation, guy. First of all, the Panthers are tied for first place in the South.
Go figure.
Go figure that one out.
Go figure.
But when it comes to Russell Wilson, we tried to create every alibi for him. Remember?
Right.
Oh, he went to Denver. The coach didn't like him. But meanwhile, Seattle let him bounce because they didn't like him no more. Then he goes from Denver to Pittsburgh. He starts a couple of games at Pittsburgh. Him and Justin Fields are going back and forth. And they both end up in New York City, and they both ain't playing.
Go figure.
What's the irony of that, R?
Why did all the bad quarterbacks? Why did they send all the rejects to New York?
I don't know. But one of them happened to make it to my team.
The Jets. I mean, listen.
God,
I don't get it. I mean, we thought that Justin Fields was going to be, in the first game, he played pretty good. But then after that first game, it's been a wrap. I don't understand how you could be an NFL quarterback, okay, in an NFL game and pass for under 100 yards.
Have 1 yard passing.
It's happened with Tim Tebow.
No, I don't even think he had -1 yards passing.
That was ridiculous.
-1 yard. Terrible.
-1. But you know what? I'll go back to what me and Dave said. Again, me and Dave are Jet fans.
Mm-hmm.
We were pissed off because the Jets should have won that game against Pittsburgh.
Right.
They should have.
And he did this on numerous occasions with this going for two. And I told y'all before, guys, I don't think that coach is going to last the season.
Right.
I don't know, I think the season's almost over. Yeah. They got 4 games. They got 4 more games left.
I'm so sad. It needs to go all year.
Nah, that's not gonna happen.
Hell no.
That's not gonna happen. They got 4 more games to go and whatnot.
Call it a day.
I don't know, man. I mean,
I'd love to see the Bears go to the Super Bowl, to be honest. They haven't been in the Super Bowl, I don't think.
85, right?
80, yeah.
Right.
85.
Right,
the year they won it.
And that would be awesome. I mean, whoever goes against them, whatever, but they deserve a win.
I don't have no nickel in this dime. I kind of thought Detroit was good. The teams that I thought were good.
Well, the Lions were really good last year.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Jalen Hurts. I do know. No, I do know. As far as the offense, their O-line has been banged up, and it's obviously affecting them.
But you know what's strange, and I had this conversation with my buddy at Mercedes, Winston, big Eagles fan.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the hardest sports to repeat in.
It is. Oh, there's no question. It's very difficult. That's why when it occasionally does happen, it's special.
Did you think Saquon Barkley was going to repeat last year, this year?
Well,
really?
No,
Did you?
Because teams would be honed in.
Exactly.
Sure he ain't beating them the way that he was beating them.
Right.
And I think the Eagles, you're not hungry anymore. Once you were trying to get that title, it was like, nothing else mattered. We got to get this title. Now that you've gotten it, it's like, okay, we got it. What's next? They're not really hungry like that.
They're hungry.
It's weird because the Eagles exposed the Chiefs, and then the NFL exposed the Eagles.
Mm.
Wow.
Right.
And I'm a Saquon fan. You know that, guys.
Yeah, I know.
Whole 9 yards.
Right.
But you thought he was going to do that again this year? No, not at all.
I don't think he's done yet. I think they're gonna. He'll probably go to Pittsburgh. Everybody seems to go to Pittsburgh when they.
Nah, he ain't going.
Nah,
he ain't going. Yeah, he's gonna stay with Philly. He's gonna stay. He ain't going nowhere.
It's close to his home.
Yeah.
He's from the Allentown, Whitehall area. Though he was born in the Bronx, but he moved out there. Then he went to Penn State. Now he's playing for the Eagles. Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know he went to Penn State. That's cool.
Yes, ma'am.
And honestly, even though it's an off year for, and like Bishop had said, the team is no longer hungry like that. Next year might be a different story.
Yeah,
it could be a different story where they do regain that hunger.
Well, he's getting up there. He's what, like 20? I don't even know how old is he.
Is he still 20 something?
Yeah,
I think he's like either 29 or 30. That's what I'm
thinking.
But we
know
there, the life expectancy rate of running backs. 2.7 years. Some crazy ass number.
He does other things though. He does other things.
Years?
Yes, he does. Yeah,
he does a lot more than just run. He does a lot more than just run. So.
Yes, he does.
He's 28.
He's wow. Thank you.
Wow.
Mrs. Nix, thank you. 28. Okay, appreciate that.
Yeah.
But he still has a lot of talent. He really does.
And he's still 28 years old.
Right.
Yeah, he's in a bad position though. Them running backs, guys, even though nowadays where it's basically an Air Coryell league for those that remember Coryell from the Chargers. It's basically a passing league now. Like the NBA shoots nothing but threes, the NFL does nothing but pass. So he might survive. At the Bishop's point, Hey, when this guy was at Penn State, he was a running back, a receiver. He was running back punts, kicks. He was doing everything.
He was a Swiss Army knife.
But I told y'all when he got drafted, please don't let him go to the Giants, because I saw where the Giants was going. His career's not going to last long, and good thing he escaped with some of his body parts still intact.
Well,
yeah.
In that aspect, thank the GM for that. And that, remember that Hard Knocks where they was focused on the Giants?
Ghetto dumb.
Yeah.
No, not Ghetto dumb. I'm talking about Joe Shane. What's that guy's name? That's the manager now, Joe Shane.
Oh,
that guy. You guys don't remember that Hard Knocks on HBO, and it was focusing on the Giants and whatnot. And this guy Shane was talking about, running backs aren't really needed now.
That part,
yeah.
And that's when Barkley goes and breaks all over them. Yeah,
I have a feeling. I have a feeling they're going to trade Jalen Hurts next year.
Nah.
I don't know. He's looking a little.
Again, I think it's the offensive line. If you don't have a good offensive line and you're getting harassed and you're getting pressured or whatnot, 9 times out of 10, it's not going to be a good year for you.
I think it's the NFL, guy, just like any other sport. You're only going to get away with doing something for so long. Golden State, the wheels were going to come off that bus, and it did. All of these teams, we could go back, like I said, jokingly. Dan Coryell with the Chargers. He invented this, running and gunning, throwing passes all over the place. 50 years later, the NFL's doing it again.
Well, so things go in cycles.
I mean, Jalen Hurts has had what, guys? 3 bad games in a row. How many games has he had good in a row?
Exactly.
Really? Exactly. But the NFL has a funny way, guys. As weird as they are, they have a way of coming back and digging their grind. And look at Kansas City, guys. Who would think they would be under 500?
Yeah.
I don't care if you hate them.
First year for what, like a decade?
Oh, sooner or later you get exposed. These professional leagues are professional leagues. They adjust. They bounce back. They say, you're not going to keep doing this to me without some kind of repercussion. And here we are, guys. And like I said, the NFL, then again, the NBA hasn't had a repeat champion since who? Golden State.
Yep.
So sports has changed. Baseball, the Dodgers became the first team to repeat since the Yankees did it in 1840. Really?
Exactly.
So sports has a way of, it makes it more competitive.
Well, you got so much technology. You got people just their job is just to study body movements and study how this person tendencies, and study how, like, when this guy breaks out for big runs, what he does, like how he stops. He takes 3 steps, then he pauses, then he shoots off, and so forth and so on.
So someone doing that?
Yeah, so it's like, it becomes so hard to repeat because people know what their tendencies are.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
They know what their tendencies are.
That's true.
And then you got people like that. You got people like the Astros. Don't get it twisted. You think they were the only team cheating? They just got caught. They just got caught. Because guess who else got caught? Boston.
Yep.
But then, okay, like, guys, that's how far we go back. We had that conversation how many years ago? You think they're the only ones doing this? Really?
Right. Like they invented the wheel.
Garbage cans, electric devices, cameras in center field. When that dude hit that home run against Mariano, that little short kid, Altuve, when he hit that home run to win the game, I was like, how did he know that pitch was coming?
You already
I know now. Yeah, now I know. But
exactly.
Right.
Come on. What's the old saying? If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. Yeah. And you know what? What was their punishment? Altuve didn't lose his MVP. The Astros didn't lose their championship.
They kept it.
So what was their punishment? They made the manager had to resign.
Right.
And then the manager on Boston resigned for 5 minutes, and then he came back to manage Boston. So what was the real shit? You got egg on your face. Baseball, suck it up.
Exactly.
Move on.
There was no punishment whatsoever.
Come on,
you know what I'm saying?
Are you kidding? But you want to hold these steroids.
As long as they're making money off these people, they're not going to do anything to them.
How many times have you heard in the NFL, guys? They got people in the stands recording shit.
Mhm.
What was it called? The Patriots Spygate.
Spygate, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, come on, this has been going on forever, folks. We've been watching sports long enough.
Hey, let me just switch it up a little bit, if you don't mind, for a quick minute before we get to the NBA and the New York Knicks, of course. Baseball. I'm glad that Dave is here. I got to talk to you about your team, bro. I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on these past 24, 36 hours with the New York Mets. Was you're losing closers, you're losing first baseman. What's happening here? And let me just add this too. Here's the thing that kills me. You're losing these guys and whatnot. It has to be a culture thing because you have a billionaire named Steve Cohen that is a guy that will outbid for
you
players.
mean the casino owner?
Who? Steve Cohen.
Yeah, the casino.
Yeah.
The casino
But
guy.
he will outbid other teams. He's like one of the richest owners in baseball. And yet you letting guys get away. Or is it because they want to get away from the culture of the New York Mets?
What do you want me to say? I mean, I'm not a happy camper. Listen,
you can't
the Diaz thing I could live with.
Right.
But losing Alonso, I mean, the fan base is very unhappy tonight. And the fact that it was back-to-back days.
Right.
So that was just added to it. But fan base is wondering, what's up with this guy, David Stern. What is the plan? Because I felt like going into the offseason, even though last season ended poorly, there was optimism. And we were going to right the ship and we were going to bring Alonso back and then build around him and the pitching. So offensively, we felt like, okay, we're maybe one bat away. And then because first base was not your issue.
No.
Third base, we were trying to figure out between Beatty, Vientos, who's going to, solidify that. We got Simeon, which shored up defensively. So up the middle, you got Simeon, Lindor, get us a real center fielder, some bat, maybe a power hitting outfielder. And then the pitching, which is clearly, where there was an issue. But I feel like they regressed to the point now. I don't know what this roster looks like. There's so many. By letting him walk, you created a larger hole where there wasn't a hole. It's like you have a house that has three walls are solid and one wall is damaged, and then you go in and you punch a hole in one of the good walls. So I don't know what direction they're going in. The fan base is not happy, and unless this guy got some kind of plan, and I'm talking about David Stern. But now there are some people that are saying that, even with, Cohen, last year going all out for Soto was really just, to get the fan base thinking that he was somebody that he wasn't, but he had bigger ideas, and that property with the casino with all that other stuff was really the ultimate goal. I hope that's not the case, but I don't trust what's going on in Flushing.
The Mets management is like, what's that? Storage Wars. Hey. It's like yo. It's like they trying to get players and outbidding each other. It's like Storage Wars.
I don't know, and it is a joke for Yankee fans and enjoy it, but for us Met fans, we don't know what's going on, and that's the problem. We'd like to know if there is a plan. Like we used to say about the Knicks, are there adults in the room? I don't know what they're doing, and
I know.
I don't have anything that gives me any feeling that they know what they're doing.
Right.
Well, let me give you some insight.
Nope. No, thank you. Nope. No, thank you. Nope.
Like, yo,
Wow.
You know what I think would have saved them? What would have saved them, Dave?
Yeah.
If they'd have let Alonzo go last year.
Yeah.
Because now you basically got egg on your face twice over with the same guy.
Yeah.
You waited till the 25th hour to re-sign him last year.
Yeah.
So what was he thinking? And
Well,
then he
that's
goes
the
out
thing.
and has a pretty damn good year.
Yep.
So what's he thinking? And then you did the same thing this year? You gonna play patty cake with this dude?
You didn't even make him a real offer.
Oh shit,
No.
you walked away with 31 mil a year. Really? What was you gonna do?
Yeah.
I love the Mets. Let's go Mets. Yeah, really? And then you find out the dissension they had in the dugout. Maybe Pete was destined to go, man. I don't need this. I've been here. I've done that.
That story kind of stinks to me. I don't trust it. I don't know if they're putting something out, it's not beyond a team to put out some bad press to say, well, this is why we got to get rid of all these guys.
Right.
But it seems like the ones that they got rid of aren't the ones that are the problem.
Right. And the funny thing is they get rid of Diaz and they sign the guy that ended his career.
Yeah.
In Williams. The guy never been the same. We talked about this.
Yeah.
After Alonzo hit that home run off of Williams, he was never the same. He comes to the Yankees, he's the closer for 5 minutes. I tell you guys all the time, he's the only closer in baseball history that I know that his best pitch is a changeup. Really? A closer with a changeup.
Right. Doesn't make any sense.
Help me out. Help me understand.
I can't. I don't get it either. I don't get it either.
But he goes to the Mets, and I wish him well. I'm not that kind of guy. Somebody leaves the Yankees, I'm gonna hold it against them like they stole the Bible. I ain't that kind of fan.
Unless it's Sonny Gray.
Yeah, Sonny Gray dug him a nice. Well, him and Cashman with this 50-cent P. Diddy shit going back and forth. That's getting to be a little. But you know what? I give, not just because I'm a Yankee fan, I give the Yankees credit. They're putting it out there. We're not going to do what we used to do. We're not going to go and spend $100 million on Dave, $500 million on Anna.
I kind of miss that. I ain't gonna lie. I kind of miss that.
I do too, but
I kind of miss that.
Sports has a way of catching up with you. It didn't become very effective. It has for the Dodgers. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, for sure. Because the rich are getting richer.
Yeah. What do you have left when you look beyond the Dodgers? The Yankees?
Nope.
And they're really not in that category.
Not at all.
I miss King George. You know what I'm saying? I really do, because one thing about George
changed,
about George, he may have not got it right all the time, but he definitely put his money where his mouth was. That's for sure.
Look at our boy Dave. Dave got his head down because everybody thought this guy was coming in with the gold car and he was going to buy a championship. That ain't working, man. God bless the Dodgers. They found the ultimate way to circumvent this shit.
Yeah.
Yes, they did.
They're the model for circumventilation.
Yep.
Because they just keep bringing. I'm glad that guy signed with Toronto and didn't go to the Dodgers.
Yeah. Right.
Which is still egg on the Yankees' face.
Could you imagine?
Yeah, that's still egg on the Yankees' face that this guy didn't go to the Dodgers, the Mets, maybe even the Phillies.
No.
His brother went to Canada.
Exactly.
Yeah. And y'all didn't put no peanuts in it.
But you know what? I will say this one thing about the spending. I don't think that the Mets fan base was looking for the Mets to recreate what George Steinbrenner did. The issue was, though, that we had such cheap ownership that would make all these that would make the Wilpons, that would make all these excuses why we didn't do this, A-Rod and others. And we wanted an owner that at least, didn't act as if, Bernie Madoff thing messed up the Wilpons also. But we wanted ownership that at least looked like they were trying. and not doing the opposite. So you didn't have to match the Yankees as far as spending, but we didn't have it for so long. We didn't have an ownership that would open up the purse strings. And so when Cohen came in with all this money, there was excitement. Not that we wanted to replicate what the Yankees did, but we wanted at least to feel like money wasn't going to be a problem. If you wanted somebody, if you wanted to go after somebody, that they weren't going to create stories about a person wanting a tent and all these other things like with A-Rod, and when just say you're cheap, I don't have the money. So that's really what it was for us as Mets fans. We got excited because we finally had an owner that on appearances looked like he was willing to spend to make the team better.
Yeah, and that got
that's
the
really
fan
all we
base
wanted.
excited.
Yeah,
That got
I can't believe what even besides getting that picture, I can't believe what Toronto put together.
Mm-hmm.
And we talked about that during the season.
Yeah.
We kept saying, "Are they for real? Are they for real?"
Yeah,
and they played a lot of times without that second baseman, shortstop.
Yeah,
now
Bichette.
Where's he going? Did he re-sign with Toronto?
I haven't heard anything.
Yeah, I think he's still there. I didn't hear
He's
anything.
a free agent.
He's a free agent, though.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I didn't hear anything about that.
Me either. And he was supposed to be the biggest catch, other than that Japanese pitcher coming across the water.
Who's going to the Dodgers?
No, he went to Toronto.
Oh, right. Him. Yeah. No, I'm thinking about there's a hitter. I'm sorry. There's a hitter, a third baseman or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's who I'm thinking about. Sorry.
You know what? You know what sounds weird though? I always thought that if the Mets were able to lose one player, that wouldn't really kill them. I always thought it was Alonso. Maybe because I understand his home run prowess. He does strike out a lot. And first basemen aren't the first basemen we once knew. The Keith Fernandez, the Mattingleys.
Right.
Yeah. They're just a first baseman now. I hope he can hit. I never thought, and they say they got a backup plan to do this dual first baseman with the guy that leaving the Yankees.
Yeah.
And one of the guys on your team now, so they're gonna
Vientos. Well, they were talking about Vientos, but also McNeil. And
McNeil and the guy from the Yankees, Goldschmidt, not Goldschmidt.
No, Bellinger, right?
Bellinger. No, the first baseman for the Yankees.
Who plays first base?
He was one of the back. The Yankees had two first basemen.
But
it's him. It's him and that McNeil that they're thinking about.
But they don't have. They don't have a plan. They don't have a plan.
No.
You're going to have to show me that you have a plan. I'm not going to say you don't have a plan. I don't believe you. I don't believe you need more people.
As a baseball fan, I want to know what they're doing with that Aquino kid. You can't find some place for this kid to play.
Who you talking about? What's his name?
Aquino.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The one they stole when they got rid of all them geriatric pitchers.
Aquino.
What are they going to do with him?
No, you're talking about Luis Angel Acuna.
Acuna.
Oh, when you said Aquino.
That's what I was like, huh?
Yeah.
Who was that?
What are they going to do with him?
They better do something.
This kid was like the top.
You better create a spot
in them. For years, and all of a sudden he comes to the Mets, and somebody got hurt. He filled in pretty good.
Yeah. They better create a spot. I'll tell you that.
I know he's a little short to play first base, but you got to get this kid in the lineup somewhere, man.
Yeah. And
let me. All right, let me do some moving on to the
NBA. Let's move off of the
the Oklahoma City moving on to the NBA Cup semifinals with almost a 50-point victory against the Phoenix Suns tonight.
No.
Oh, whoa, wow.
Yeah, they put a mollywop.
Yeah,
they put a mollywop. It was like 49-point victory.
I didn't even know they were playing, man. That's how disinterested I am.
Yeah. Can I before you get into that, let me say one thing about this Sippy Cup thing that Dom called it, a couple years ago.
Yes.
The issue here's my issue. So I turned on Knicks Raptors, and how they are talking about oh, I wasn't a fan of it, but now, I think it's the greatest thing, and the fans are really into it. Can you stop? Okay, it's here. We got it. We're gonna have to live with it. But let's not act like this thing is something that is not. I don't think that I just don't think that it is that great a thing. I don't think it's necessary. But to hype it up to make it into something like must see TV. This is not May or June. It's December. Nobody gives a. There's no. Where's the parade? Is there going to be a parade if the Knicks win? This is going to be a parade.
Right.
Let me know what time to show up.
It's kind of funny because
you get a banner and
on the on the Bleed Blue show we just discussed that. It was hilarious. I was actually I wasn't part of the discussion. I was just listening, and Dom and the guys were over there talking about the sippy cup and whatnot. And would you like to have the Knicks win this year? Me personally, it doesn't really matter. I mean, I'm just like, okay. I can't get too overly excited about something I wasn't excited about in the first place.
Right.
So when you guys are like, I don't care what it's called. I just want the Knicks to win the games.
Right. There you go.
It counts in the 82 games. So if they got to beat Toronto, if they got to beat whoever they got to beat, as long as there's another W in that win column, I don't care.
Yes.
It counts as part of the 82. Now, I will say, I have watched some of the games where they've been a bit more competitive in the sense that teams are playing to the end because they were trying to cover because the tournament is about points.
Yeah.
So teams were playing really hard. The ones that this means something to us because we're not going anywhere.
So they're not getting paid enough for it to mean something to them anyway.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you.
Well, sometimes it's not about. It's about the money for some of those for players like 10 to 15,
the bench players.
Whatever. It's about the money for them, but for the guys who are getting paid, some of it is like bragging rights. Some of it is just like, okay, well, we get a trip, we get an extra $500,000, whatever it is. But like I said, as long as it counts in the win column, I don't care who the Knicks plays.
I feel it.
And then they go to Vegas and get to bet on themselves.
Yeah, and to that point, Bishop, the only game that don't count towards your record is the championship
game.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Well, that's the money
part. I didn't know that. That's crazy.
But that's
crazy.
I look at it this way: if you got to motivate somebody to play, if you got to motivate somebody by $500,000 to go out there and play, and how ironic this came about because of all of the load management and wrestling, and two of the stars on Serrano didn't play yesterday.
Right.
Yep.
So what are you doing? I mean, this guy has become the ultimate gimmick commissioner. His gimmicks are getting played out
every year.
I said the NBA is the only sports league in America that has 3 championships in 1 year. Summer League champ, Sippy Cup champ.
Yep.
Diaper champ. How many champs you gonna have in 1 year? Come on, man, knock it off. If you can't sell your product for what it is, stop with the damn gimmicks. You become the gimmick commissioner.
Well, you got to think too. They're trying to infuse more money into the league. So the Sippy Cup or whatever you calling it.
Bishop, you signed a $74 billion contract with Amazon.
Is it ever enough? Is it ever enough?
I'm just saying.
It's never enough.
Right.
It's never enough.
It's the Emirates. Emirates. So you got money coming from overseas,
right?
To the NBA, and then eventually, I think what they're trying to do is have a team, have representation from overseas in the NBA. So, or have a separate league over there. So
let's got a separate league.
See again, man. We talked about this, man, and I'm like, if they would take this money that they throwing into the Sippy Cup, right, and say, listen, we are going to invest like how they got the FIBA team and the USA team, and just go, listen, we're going to invest some of these players that we know if they got a chance in the league that they would prosper. maybe not all stars or whatever the case may be, but let's create a team that plays year round. They could play in the G League all fucking year. Fuck it, you know what I'm saying? But just a team that could play internationally, that can represent us at the right time. Because again, you know, if we don't have the A stars running it, you know what I'm saying? These European teams, man, is killing us.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? Because they've been yellow all their life. You know what I'm saying? From 12 years old, they playing in these leagues and they playing together.
Right.
So the chemistry is ridiculous.
But I'm saying you got to be careful because what these guys, they have enough money to start their own league. So what you're gonna have is you're gonna have like that live golf where the PGA all of a sudden started bowing down. First it was like, yeah, if you sign with them, you can't play with us. Now it's like, nah, you know what? It's golf is golf. We're sorry, we didn't mean it. You know what I'm saying? And everybody's all happy. Everybody's hand in hand singing "Kumbaya" because the money. The money. So I think like the Emirates and some of these foreign entities are trying to ingrain themselves into the league so that when they make the moves that they're going to be making, that it's not a strange phenomenon. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like just to get people accustomed to, hey, this is happening because it's gonna happen. They didn't accept this money for no reason. They ain't putting this money down for no reason.
The logistics would be really hard though.
Yeah, I just found out today that if we win, we play OKC. So that means So that means an extra game against OKC that I think we desperately need.
Yep.
Well, you understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
So
I said that on Nixon ish yesterday. I think we don't play OKC until March. So it's a good
barometer game. Good barometer game.
Right now and how we've developed into March.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
and it'll give us good footage. It'll give us a whole game that they actually playing. They gonna play that game. You know what I'm saying? So
if you look at how OKC, people saying, last season OKC won 68 games. 68 out of 82. They won like 83% of their games. They won those. So when people are saying, hey, well, Shea shouldn't have got the MVP and this and that, they won 80-something% of their games. Like
can't listen to them people, man.
It was like, yo, like what else do you want? And the only thing that they did this season is they came back even more focused.
Right.
They came back even more focused. So it's not like they're unbeatable. They are beatable.
Now,
but we got to figure that out. So I think this extra game will help.
The way that Mike Brown. So if you look at, he's building high IQ basketball players.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
He's building high IQ basketball players.
Okay.
If you look at how these guys are playing, like he's not even calling out plays. Like they just reading the defense and working off of it. Now, when Evil Brunson shows up, then that changes the whole equation.
Right. Last 3 games.
That changes the whole equation. But he's capable of not being that Evil Brunson. When they play how they're supposed to play, the Knicks are a tough team to beat.
Yes, sir.
Knicks are a tough team to beat. And the mismatches, if you look at OKC, we have mismatches. We have mismatches that we can exploit. They don't have anybody that can guard Cat.
Yeah.
If OG is playing how he's supposed to play, he's a mismatch. The only people who are going to have problems is Brunson and maybe Bridges. But I think Bridges, his offensive game is not dependent on having the ball, so he can come off screens, flares, whatever. But I think Brunson is going to be the problem. That's why Brown is figuring out how we balance using his offensive prowess with the rest of the team. And you can see that thing coming together, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Nothing says success better than continuity. The Knicks are 8-1 since they went back to the starting lineup they had last year that won 52 games and had the most points per starting 5 in the NBA. So,
and not only that, Dom, but kind of went back towards the offensive flow, right? Like we slowed down a little bit. We stopped
We did.
shooting the
We did.
40-something threes and started
Right.
shooting 30-something threes
We
and
did.
started taking the ball into the paint, which is our strength.
Right.
Right.
And
Right.
again, Anna, that goes back. I hate to say it. You created that last year. You
Right.
created that content. We're talking about OKC, right? How they, seem to be steamrolling through the league, but they kept their core.
Right.
It's
Right.
always the core
Right.
that you keep together sooner
course.
or later, guys. I think the Knicks have more to prove, believe it or not, against Orlando than
Yeah.
they do OKC.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I told you all this before. I
Absolutely.
don't know if it was on the Bleed Blue show or this show.
Mm-hmm.
Orlando, when healthy, that seems to be their biggest problem. When healthy, they got bigs that could do more than just big people shit.
Right.
They're very
Yeah.
versatile bigs.
Yeah.
How big is Karl Anthony Towns? He's either going to shoot a 40-footer or get 5 fouls in 2 seconds. So they have I
He's
think
been
they're
doing
much
better,
better
Dom.
of a
Yeah,
challenge
he's
to
been
the
doing much
Knicks.
better.
He's been doing better, Dom.
Yeah.
Can't hear y'all
The
again.
problem that Orlando has is they have no shooting. They got one shooter in Baines, and if you hone in on him, nobody else can shoot.
Right. That's the
Nobody
playoff.
else can shoot.
That's the
They don't
And
playoff.
I
have
Right.
will
no-
say this.
He gonna get locked up in the playoffs. He's not gonna do that because again they depend to Bishop's point. They depended on him for their aerial assault. You understand what I'm saying? None of them dudes shoot a high percentage 3-pointer.
It's like
Yeah.
Detroit. Detroit is
Right.
really good in a half court set, but they have no shooters. So
And they ain't got the point shaver. Right.
right.
They
They just
ain't
go
got
to
the
the
point shaver.
basket. They got a 6'8" point guard that's just doing some stuff. But once they get into the meat of the season and they start playing teams that can match, okay, well, you 6'8", we're gonna put somebody 6'8" or better on you, and somebody who's gonna play defense, we're gonna double team you. You're gonna find that they're gonna realize, hey, we got no shooting and we can't really compete.
It for me with Orlando, they are not looking good with Paolo right now. And it happened last year too. When he was injured, they excelled and kind of like took a little step back when he came back. And it looks like that's what's happening right now. Because I believe they're on a losing streak. I think they've lost 4 in a row, maybe. They were losing.
Yeah, so I think what you said is accurate because they need to change the way he plays. They need to change the way he impacts their
Paolo
offense.
need to learn how to play with Franz and his brother.
Yeah, and it's like
that's what that is.
The main guy. He's the main guy, and it's like his offensive game doesn't. It's not conducive to him being the main guy.
I think that dude Franz usurped that.
Right,
I think Franz is. I don't like that dude.
Yeah.
Franz is always hurt. He's always hurt.
Yeah, man, but he like him and his brother is not is a shadow of him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But the dude Franz, man, I what I seen him do the Mitch the other day, man, he was working that motherfucker out. I was like, Jesus Christ! And then you look at what Paolo did, and Paolo is a one faceted dude. He's not. He's a regular kind of alpha scorer, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, and maybe that's because he ain't really got his legs up under him yet because he's been hurt and he ain't really been in it yet, man. But Franz brings so much more to that team, and the whole team kind of galvanized around size, and we just too spores. We a little too small for that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and Brown, and one of the critiques I got on Brown is that he plays small, right? He got all of these cats that he could give time to. You know what I'm saying? But he don't. So
when you look at how we playing against the Magic, the game plan that we have against the Magic, it works because again, Paulo can't shoot consistently. Like he'll hit shots, but then his shot selection is crazy. His shot selection is crazy. Like he's like a 7-footer. He wants to be doing like between the legs, behind the back, step across, all this other stuff. And it's like when he goes up against somebody his size, he dominates because he's mobile. But
Right.
When he's playing against guys that are smaller than him, that challenge his like skill set,
His mobility, right?
yeah, it's like, yo, like what's happening? Like he regresses, and it's just like I don't understand it. But I'm not worried about Orlando. I'm not worried about Orlando.
I am. I ain't gonna lie. As a matter of fact,
nah, they good. As
a matter of fact, I've been worrying about them for like 2 years now. I ain't gonna lie.
Once Evil Brunson leaves the building, and the ball is moving, we'll be just fine. They got to worry about us. You watch that game on Sunday, they got to worry about us.
And truthfully, man, I think they better with that dude Black running squad than they is with Suggs.
He just came out. He just came out of nowhere. He's super athletic, but when you really dig down into it, in the half court set, he's erratic. In the half court
well,
set.
no, he can't shoot. Like his three is off, right? But he is a better point guard than Suggs is, right?
Well,
Suggs is more.
He's not a point guard. He's just playing that position. Suggs.
Who you talking about? Oh, okay.
He's just playing that position.
I mean, I know they start him at that one. Right. You know what I'm saying? And then it's Bane at the 2. And I don't like that dude either, man. That him throwing the ball at OG. That was violation right there.
You know what that was about, though. You know what that was about.
No. What was that about?
That was about he was all game
walking his ass.
No, he's standing there looking at OG with them long arms, scratching his knees, picking his socks up. He's standing straight up, pulling up his socks.
You can't do it.
He plays with his arms. He plays defense with his arms.
What is that? Arm envy?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Arm envy. He's like, yo, OG is like a 52 extra long. And Bane is like a 52 extra short.
Yeah, son. He looked like a baby raptor. I'm not going to even lie. You know what I'm saying? He looked like a baby raptor.
Exactly. He threw the ball specifically at OG for the long arms. It's like, yo, I'm sick and tired of looking at this long arm.
Long arm motherfucker. Hey,
get out of here, yo.
7-1 reach ass.
You in your arms.
Fuck you and your 7-2 reach.
He's one of those, like, what do they call that? Gigantism?
Giant, yeah, dwarfism. Yeah, exactly. Like he the biggest dwarf in the world.
So you got like the short jacket is normally, I think it's like normally about 38 inches. The short, the arms. He's like, yo, I need 3 inches taken off of that.
Wait, but yo, did y'all hear why he got drafted so late?
Because his arms too short.
Because his arms are short.
Wow.
That's it. All the scouts were saying his arms was too short.
Ain't that?
He got to wear his pants.
Hold on.
He got to wear his pants up underneath his chin to reach his pockets.
Remember what Phil Jackson?
I want to ask a question. I want to ask a question.
Yeah.
Due to the fact we have Mrs. Nix on, thanks for your participation, by the way. I was listening to you guys on Nixon-ish the other night, and we was talking about Carmelo Anthony. You wanna let the group know about,
about
that discussion?
Oh man.
So we were discussing Carmelo's take on who he thinks what a trade would look like for Giannis to the Knicks. And his take was, we trade OG, Macau, and Josh Hart.
Yeah,
and then he changed Josh Hart to Tyler Kolek, plus a pick to get Giannis. And try and keep Jalen, Cat, and Giannis together. I'm absolutely against any of that trade.
Lord.
For many reasons. One, like Dom said earlier, it's about continuity, right?
Yes.
Like, the teams that win championships have been together for a long time. They mashed all that.
Mm-hmm.
I am not okay with Carmelo Anthony wanting a trade that we made for Carmelo Anthony and set Carmelo Anthony up for failure.
Right.
Why would we do that to Jalen Brunson when we have our core, right? championships are won because of role players. Yes, the superstars are the face, they give up the main points, but when you look at championships, it's role players. Even when you look at OKC last year, Shea did his thing, but the Jalen Williams, all the role players, they played their roles. So why would we give that up to get Giannis? I'm not a big fan of him. I don't think he will be.
Nah.
He's very ball dominant. Jalen is very ball dominant. Cat is very ball dominant. We would need more than one basketball with all three of them on the court together.
Right.
Listen, I don't know why Melo said that dumb shit, right? And I love Carmelo Anthony. That's my guy. He's 5th, 6th on my all-time list, man. Or Knicks. Right, I love that dude, man. But that shit was some dumb shit. Like you the two reasons, right, that we're not winning anything without OG. Let me just say that, dog. Like nothing is happening, right? We can get that shit up. We might win the Eastern Conference Finals still without OG, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Because the East is so weak. But we not winning shit. If OG don't get 15 minutes, 20 minutes a game on Shea.
So
you know what I'm saying?
And
that's not happening.
And that's just maybe, right? Because let's be for real. Detroit ain't nothing to fuck with. They gave us a run for our money last year in the playoffs. And let's not forget, it's because of Macau that we got out of that fucking series.
True that.
Can I address
that
your
ain't no
first
lie.
point? I address your first point. So I love Carmelo Anthony. I rock his jerseys. That's my guy.
Fuck Melo.
There may be a little bit of there may be a little bit of there may be a little bit of envy. There may be a little bit of envy because Brunson came in and Brunson is pretty much usurped anything. Nobody's even talking about
anything.
Nobody's even talking about Carmelo when it comes to the Knicks. And before Brunson, everybody was like Carmelo. So as far as Giannis goes, like to me, Giannis is one of the most overrated players in the NBA.
Thank you.
Because Giannis has got 2 MVPs and still can't shoot a jump shot, still can't shoot free throws. Had Dame Lillard brought in specifically to make the game easier for you, and you couldn't figure out how to play with a perennial scorer, career scorer in this league. So if you couldn't figure out how to play with Dame, what makes you think you're going to be able to figure out how to play with another point guard who shoots, who has to have the ball? It's not going to happen. Only place to me that Giannis would fit in is Golden State. Because Golden State is thirsty for a big. They thirsty for a big. He would be able to come in there and with reckless abandon because he got shooters around him, and it would be a nice fit because all of his shortcomings would be covered up by the fact that you got guys dropping buckets from 3-point range at all times. At all times, and that would give you a big.
Let's hear Dom, right? But let's hear Dom.
Carmelo Anthony shouldn't say a damn word when it comes to my Knicks. You got your shot blocked by a G League player.
The wall of Hibbert.
The trajectory of your career and ours. And I'm tired of hearing he didn't have nobody to play with. Allen Iverson didn't have nobody to play with, and he went to the damn finals.
Got to the finals.
Carmelo, don't ever bring that shit up with this Carmelo Anthony. You know what? When you look up in the rafters in New York, in the Garden, there's only one player on there that don't meet the criteria of everybody else up there, and that's Patrick Ewing. Everybody up in them rafters has won a ring, except Patrick Ewing. So you think we're going to put Melo up there? Where does he fall into that? Where does Melo fall into that category? What did he do for our team?
I'll give you Melo, man, but Patrick Ewing, come on.
No, I said live. He's the only one.
He's the only one that don't have a ring.
That don't have a ring that's in the Raptors.
Okay, all right, yeah.
Well,
you can't put Melo up there. Get out of here.
You can't.
What did he do? What did he do for our team?
No,
other than set us back 5 years.
And I'll say this: like, don't go on your Hall of Fame speech and say your heart is on 33rd and 7th, and then you go on your damn podcast and
Basically.
try and sell us
trade away.
that stupid ass trade.
Trade
shut
away
up.
the chitlins of the team. The chitlins of the team. You trading away. That's crazy.
I always say this. There's too many microphones out here in the world.
There you go.
And some people should just mute theirs. And that's one guy that should mute his. Stop it.
Yeah,
Well, no,
that was crazy.
He has
But
very
it got
interesting.
even worse because if you listen to Paul Pierce and KG's podcast, they said we should trade. Well,
Here we go.
Paul Pierce that we should trade Jalen Brunson.
That's wicked.
So
yeah, they was gonna say that shit. They was gonna say that shit.
First of all,
He said
Paul
keep
Pierce
that, the core and bring in Giannis and trade Jalen. I'm
Yeah,
like,
see, I'm gonna unsubscribe because of that shit. That was wild. That was crazy.
So with Carmelo, if you listen to his basketball takes, like sometimes when he's doing the analysis on like certain things, like he provides some really good insight when it comes to that. But stay in your lane, dude.
Yes,
You're not a
please.
GM.
Shut up.
If you looking at the, like analyzing the game and you telling the viewers, hey, this is what's going on, this is what the team is trying to do. This is
do that.
He's really good at that. The X's and
Do that.
O's.
Don't
really
be
good
no
at that.
GM, right?
Yeah,
get out
Paul
your
Pierce,
GM chair and burn that motherfucker.
Paul Pierce and who did you say? KG
Garnett.
It's like,
Garnett.
Those are two idiots. That was
Absolutely. Absolutely.
KG told Paul Pierce he was bugging out, but Paul Pierce,
Yeah.
you know, I get it. He's still mad that the Knicks bust Boston ass and he had to walk to work.
That's what
He had to walk to work.
No. Paul Pierce is so delusional. He's trying to compare his career to LeBron James, to Dwayne Wade.
Yeah, he's wild too. Yeah, he's wild too.
There's no comparison.
Let's not
forget.
forget, Paul Pierce, ever since leaving the NBA, has not held a job for more than 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
He's growing marijuana, so he's working for himself now.
Yeah, that's himself.
Lord,
He can't go up into nobody else shit and be a productive employee. He's dumb. He's wild.
And you know what? When he played, I mean, I didn't like him because he was a Celtic, but I liked the way he played. You know, he was a tough guy.
Oh no, he was a monster.
You know, he had a good game. He was a clutch player. But ever since he left the NBA, he's become a sideshow. You know, a very bad one at that.
A hater. He's
exactly. Bishop.
Yeah, that's what that is, Bishop. He's a
you know what, guys? I hate to say that. That's what we've become. That's like, guys like us that do this. When I chime in with Nixon Ish and Anna on their show, it's we keep it simple. We're not bigger than any subject we talk about. And it's not because we're not famous and we never played in the NBA. No, we have what a lot of these clowns don't have. That's common sense.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's just hit the good stuff. Chew on the meat, spit out the bone.
But you also have morals and self-respect. These people have sold all of that for money.
It's clickbait too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you want to say some real sensational shit. You know what I'm saying? To get motherfuckers to tune in.
I'm gonna tell you what it is.
And live, that's anything Knicks. You say anything about the Knicks, you get
right. But here it go. That, you know what I'm saying? It was the same, right? And it's a constant trend now that has died down a little bit because we're relevant, right? But again, to your point, Anna. You just say some shit and put the Nick on the back of that, and everybody is in a fucking uproar. You know what I'm saying? So it's
guess who's done it the most live? Knick fans.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Like you can't go on Twitter, and it's like I know I'm a little older. Me and R are a little older than most of y'all, but I do have semi good memory, and I can remember these guys that are rah boom baye. One actually clowned me when I said the Knicks should get Jalen Brunson because he's been very successful at everything he's done.
That didn't age too well.
College. Yeah. They actually made a video mocking what I said. I'm like, did I ever go back and say, hey, man, remember that? No, but now they're the pom-pom guys. But Knicks fans will destroy the Knicks faster than any other group.
Indeed, without a doubt.
But let me just say this though regarding these former players. You have to understand too that from an early age, these guys were in the spotlight.
Right.
And they were relevant because of their skill set. They had, the talent to play. Once that stops, they're not accustomed, many of them are not accustomed to be able to transition into something else. A lot of guys walk away from the game and they got other things going for them. So when you don't, you're used to having that attention in that spotlight. So you are going to promote things to make yourself remain relevant. And so the difference between them and the fans is we get off of this show and we go to work tomorrow, except for Dom. Thank
you, Dave. Thanks for bringing that up.
Yeah, but we have other things that we are known for. This is a hobby. This is fun. We get together and do this. But these other guys, what do they really have?
That's it. Right.
Do they trust? Right. Do they trust themselves to do? It's not even that. I'm not saying that they're not capable of doing, but sometimes the spotlight, they're drawn to it and they don't transition into something else. And so once the cheering stops, they were addicted to that. The attention, the spotlight.
Right. Nah, that's real. Yeah, that's real. Yep.
So I think that's where they say these things.
So you know what's really weird?
You said something that was really profound, and I wanted to make a point here. You said that, with Knicks fans, we're extremely loyal. Loyalty. Yeah. Right? Mm-hmm. So loyalty, when you're a true fan, meaning win, lose, or draw, you stick with your team.
Mm-hmm. So no crispy jerseys. No
exactly.
Don't. I see where this is going already. I see where this is going already.
When times are bad, you don't migrate over to another team and then.
All right.
But you know what's worse than that? You know what's worse than that, Bishop? Other than us clowning R. But there's Knicks fans that didn't do like, okay, we're going to keep throwing R under the bus. He went to the Nets. He came back. But there's Knicks fans, especially on Twitter, that they'll play loyal, but in the background, they're hoping for something bad to happen.
Oh, I hate them. To meet
their narrative they've been pushing for the last 4 years. Here's the funniest thing, guys, when it comes to podcast, and especially sports podcast. Who is it? Mace and Cameron?
Yeah.
Those are the two, right? Yeah. You take those two dudes talking sports, and for some reason, I can listen to them more than I can these former athletes with a mic.
Yeah. Because they're actually
because they played it on a level, and they are not diluted by anything but a barbershop mentality where everybody that they see is in their face every day. And they can't talk fuckery. You can't say these fuckers behind these fucking keyboards and shit, right? You can't see their face. You can't confront them. Right. They can't see your face, and they can't see your conviction. Where Mason and Cameron come from, it's the way they talk about it. They talk about it like they in their living room smoking weed,
like they just
at the barbecue, right? and they talking to their people, right? But then if you don't know what you're talking about, you get embarrassed.
Yeah.
Right? Because you can't come into those arenas and not be factual in your critique.
Yeah.
You just can't say, you know what I'm saying? Paul Pierce is Andre the Giant. You can't say that shit. You gotta have proof for that.
There was many people, guys, live that laughed at Cam and Mace. Like, oh, what are they? Yeah, but guess what? They got the big contract. They get real guests.
I watch that shit all the time.
One of their special guests constantly during the NFL season, God rest his soul, was O.J. Simpson.
O.J. Simpson.
Remember, O.J. was on every week, chopping it up with these two guys.
Pause.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry. My bad.
O.J.
But you know what I mean. But they took what they do, like Live said. We're going to take the living room and put it on TV.
Then that's it.
Make a podcast, have some fun, clown people. Don't piss them off because they will dish you during their podcast.
Yeah.
Right.
But for some reason, guys, I can watch that and say, one is pretty funny, but they know what they're talking about.
Right.
Well, that's the thing.
It's not like they're just shooting from the hip because they're Cam and Mace.
Right.
They actually know what they're talking about.
Right. And they not just saying shit. They, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like I'm gonna just say this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Throw it on the wall. Hope
When
it
you
sticks.
think about like
Trade your whole starting five for Giannis. Get the fuck out of here.
and when you think about like the former players podcast, like Gilbert Arenas, those, like all of them, like
an idiot.
and specifically when they're talking about the Knicks, it's always negative shit.
Right.
It's always what the Knicks can't do, how bad they are, what happened wrong. It's never, oh shit, the Knicks have gotten better. Oh shit, the Knicks are figuring it out.
Right.
You know.
It don't fit the narrative, Anna. That's
right.
all.
It don't
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Where's all the
that's what's
people?
important for platforms like ours.
Yeah.
Like Nixon-ish, like this, like Bleed Blue, like it's just the real. You know what I mean?
Right.
We'll talk shit when shit ain't right, and we'll acknowledge when things are going good.
I told Av, Av sends me the link every game. First of all, y'all do it kind of late, but Av sent me. But the last time I was on there with T, and we're getting ready to go home, and Av, like a fool, oh man, guess what? Jalen Brunson was walking out the garden with a boot. Homeboy lost his mind.
Almost had a heart attack.
I had to mute my mic, cut my picture off, because I'm sitting there crying. Because he's got such vigor about that. We can have nothing. He just kept saying it over and over. I thought he was actually crying, but I was crying because I was laughing so hard. And then I heard Av say, "Dom, you still there?" I'm like, "Hey, AT, how did that Yankee season end?" Out of nowhere, I started talking about the Yankees. He was like, "Oh," and I was like, "Yeah, here we go." He was flipping out so bad. I cut everything off, and I'm sitting there trying to wipe the tears out my eye. He was acting like a little kid that somebody stole his lunchbox. I'm like, but see, that's what I mean. Because guys like T, us, we've seen the worst of times.
Yeah,
so
man.
when we get a glimmer of the good times and something happens, that shit becomes personal. It's like, what is this? The curse of Babe Ruth or some shit? Why?
We saw that under Tibbs, believe it or not. And I wasn't a Tibbs fan. We saw the potential of this unit under Tibbs. He just wasn't able to maximize the talent that they had on this roster. But I'll give him credit. I did see it. He just didn't have the ability to use these guys in the right way. So now when you see, and I had been talking this all last season, if you get a coach in there that can utilize the talent that they have, they may not be the most talented of the 450 in the league, but if you utilize them in the way that you're supposed to, that you can get the most out of them. I've never seen Deuce play better. I've never seen some of these guys. Shamet couldn't break the rotation last season.
Yeah.
But when he was healthy, he was
killing them.
He was killing them. And it's like none of those guys could get off the bench. The only one that we can't say anything about is Clarkson because he wasn't there.
Right.
Some of these other guys were there. So it's like these guys had stuff to contribute, but they weren't allowed to because, again, like I said, it was lazy coaching. I know what I'm going to get from these five, so I'm not even going to try to open up the door for any of these others. And it's like, so you got Quentin Grimes. Quentin Grimes is out there in Detroit living it up.
We gave Quentin Grimes the key to the car numerous times.
You know what?
He couldn't start the car. Stop.
I gotta say, Bishop. Yeah, Quentin.
The only thing I can say,
Quentin let Devo take his heart. That's what it was.
I'm just a little skeptical of Mike Brown because of his history. His shelf life is 2.5 years. He hasn't been nowhere more than 2.5 years, except Cleveland the first time.
And Tibbs was there for 5 seasons.
But he built it.
And he shouldn't have been there.
Mike Brown hasn't built nothing. Mike Brown always came into a fit situation. And I'm not knocking him for it. I'm just saying I'm afraid of his shelf life. Something goes wrong within 2 to 2.5 years. But knowing the Knicks,
let's not jinx it.
Right. Now, I'm not saying that live. I'm saying with the Knicks ain't
I
gonna
know,
let that
dog. I
happen
know, but
because the Knicks don't want more egg on their face. So
that's true.
they'll put up with it longer than the average team put up with it. But for some reason, this guy's shelf life is because everybody kept talking pace and space. The Knicks were 25th in pace last year. Sacramento was 23rd. So, what was the big thing? And that's to Anna, and we've had a million conversations about, okay, now you want to reinvent the wheel and shoot 43 threes a night. How is that, is that long standing? Is that something you're going to put all your eggs in that basket?
Just trying to get a balance. It was just trying to get a balance.
I think he's done some adjustment, and
he did.
I'm not a huge fan of his, and I'm gonna tell you why. There was a game, I forget what game it was, but it wasn't maybe a week or two ago, where we shot 25 threes and we blew the team out.
Right.
And this motherfucker went on post game and said, "Oh, we ain't shoot enough threes." What the fuck you mean we ain't shoot enough threes? We blew the team out.
Your man, Av brought that up. He had mentioned that you had mentioned that
you said it on the show.
Yeah, on the Bleed Blue.
I'm just like, so you want us to shoot 45 threes and keep losing,
right?
Then shoot 25 and win. I've been saying it all season. The offense looks good when our shots go in, right? But we're not Golden State. We don't have Steph Curry on this.
We don't have the
shooters.
We're
not going to shoot the three at a high percentage every single night. We'll have games where we shoot great, but we'll have more games that we're not.
Right.
Because that's not our game. We don't have Steph Curry players. You know what I mean? So we can't shoot 45 threes every night.
Real quick though, right? Can we give him some credit for pulling it back?
Absolutely.
Yeah, hopefully, and hopefully it stays there live.
No, and as far as starting Hart, which y'all know I can't stand Hart, right? I'm like we need to stay in that we need to keep that starting lineup.
No, the only reason why Hart is starting is because Mitch is hurt. It's because Mitch is hurt. That's it.
Right. I think we played better. And again, this goes to chemistry because we ran all last year with this starting five.
And won 52 games.
And won 52 guys. I'll give you that, Don.
With a coach nobody couldn't stand, but the players somehow produced 52 wins. But to Bishop's point, all of that being said, we are, like Anna said, we're not going to be that team. We're not going to be Curry and Klay Thompson. You got to have some form of a backup plan because, again, guys, we were, 12-1 at home, right? Or at one time, 12-1. So that was 13 games. And I think we was 8-5. 8 teams were under 500. 8 teams were under 500. 5 teams were above 500. And the one game we lost, again, was to Orlando. But again, that was during that process of us, like Anna, shooting 43s a night.
Right.
No, the games that we lost, we lost 2 games to Miami, 2 games to Orlando, 1 game to Chicago. The common theme in those losses was Evil Brunson. Evil Brunson came in the game, and it was like after the defense adjusted, because he's guardable. After the defense adjusted and they put like a 6'8" guy on him with long arms, he still would not relinquish the ball.
Yeah, I agree with you.
That's becoming.
Those games that we lost, those 5 games that we lost, was solely because Evil Brunson decided that it was more about him.
By the way, I love that. Evil Brunson.
It was more about him. It was more about him than it was the team. Now, the games that we're starting to win and it's looking real easy is because he's playing like how he's capable of playing. Like he's moving the ball. He's actually running the pick and roll with Cat. He's giving the ball to Bridges and allowing Bridges to eat. Because even though Bridges is sometimes like shaky, if you give him the opportunities, he's going to produce.
Yep.
And I will say Josh Hart has surprised me because he's actually hitting 3-pointers. They leaving him wide open, and he's hitting no shots. And
Not only that, Bishop, but he's very offensive minded. Like
Now,
he's looking for the shot. It's not only that he's making them; he's actually looking for it.
but remember, guys, he was one of the 5 that averaged over 103.5 points a game last year.
But he wasn't
out starting 5. He still averaged, I don't want to look it up. He still averaged 13, 14 points. Yeah, he was carded at 103.5 points a game. We had the best starting 5 points per game in the NBA. And you go back to that, and we're 8-1.
No, it's again. You can say that. And
numbers don't lie, Bishop.
Point taken. But it's the same starting 5 that lost to Indiana 2 years in a row with a burnout coach and subs.
We're talking about the coach. We're talking about the players. We're not talking about the coach. You got your new coach. Everybody's happy. All I'm saying is you ran the same continuity. You went left, right, in between, pace, 43 threes, the whole 9 yards. But you go back to the starting lineup of last year and you go 8-1. We all know, some of us would debate it, but it's really not a debate. You can't have Mitch and Cat on the court at the same time too long, because neither one of them have a basketball IQ higher than a fucking golf ball.
No, Cat is getting better.
And they starting to hack Mitch now.
Starting to hack Mitch this early in the season is
exactly.
It's crazy. When he started doing that, I was like, "That's desperate."
I am not taking nothing away from Mitch. He has a
but
good
not only
role.
that, I think Mitch and Jalen together is not a good look, because Jalen's not the point guard that's gonna throw up alley-oops to him. I think Mitch will benefit from the Tyler Kolek.
Or even Hart.
Yeah.
Or Josh Hart will get him the ball faster.
But you know what though? We gotta admit that Mitch is not the player he's advertised to be.
After all these years, Blythe, come on.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's not. He can't catch. Like he eats buttered flavored butter every game. Right on the bench. When he get off the bench, he lathers up in this shea butter store, right? And when somebody throw his ass a fucking pass, right, he gets it and it slips into the fucking third row. He is horrible.
I don't think that's fair though, because
that motherfucker can't catch a pneumonia. That motherfucker can't. He can't catch
cold in Alaska naked.
Right, it's part of the reason why nobody throw him that pocket pass. Because if he reached below his waist, that's the negative zone. He is catching nothing.
But that's the thing. Like, you're the point guard, or you're his teammates. You should know his strengths, right?
That's right.
Of course.
Yeah. You're right.
The passes shouldn't be those pocket passes. There should be above the rim passes.
Absolutely, right? But everybody ready for that, right? Everybody, the cat that's rolling with him is looking for that, because that's where they know he the most lethal at. Right,
and there's nothing against it. He's just so one-dimensional, Anna.
Yeah,
and we've seen it for what now?
No, I get it. I mean, I love Mitch. I feel like Mitch is exactly what we need, because he's the best freaking rebounder in the game.
In the NBA.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, without a doubt.
Sure.
17 minutes, he giving us 13 offensive rebounds.
Sure.
Like, that's absurd.
But Anna, is he better? Is he better coming off?
There has to be a way that we make him some type of offensive threat, something. So maybe him playing with that second unit, because whose second unit is going to have a center that can mess with him?
I think, to your point, and I think him and Kolek be right if they play together long enough, right? Because Kolek can make that pass.
Yeah, but if you look at what we're talking about, this season. Like, would we even be talking about Kolek last season? No, because he got off the bench. He couldn't get.
He couldn't get no time. Yeah,
he couldn't get no time. Now with Mitch could be an offensive threat if he just make his damn free throws. If he just make his damn free throws.
Yo,
Just
Yeah.
take his
yeah,
damn
he's
time.
shooting eight.
Yeah,
He's
that's
shooting
impressive.
18% this year,
He
dog.
shot 10 free throws and made 1.
Yeah,
Two.
that's
He made
horrible.
two.
He's shooting 18%
So
this year.
if you want to make
Yeah.
videos, if you want to make some videos over the summer and do all of this
Right.
stuff, make videos of you practicing free throws.
Right.
Free
Get the
throws.
shooting
And the
down.
crazy thing is, he posted a video over the summer just shooting
Really?
free throws, like 100
Yes.
free throws, and he made a whole lot. And I'm like,
Are you
oh,
serious?
now you in the game?
No, but we know that free throw spot is a mental situation. Like
Yeah.
like that's a
Right.
pressure situation. It really ain't got nothing to do with your practice. It's can you focus? Can you subtract
So
the
you know what-
anxiety from that fucking
You know
line?
what a
His,
free, you
his
know what a free throw
percentage
is?
is ghastly.
No, I'm saying, you know what a free throw is for a 7-footer? A free
It's
throw,
ghastly.
a free throw for a 7-footer is a free throw for a
Sorry, Bishop.
7-footer is form shooting. That's it.
Yep.
You don't
Yeah.
even have to. You don't have to bend your knees. You can shoot off your tippy toes
Yo,
and fully extend, and you'll hit your free throws from a 7-footer because you already above the rim.
you're up
The
there.
only thing
Yeah.
the only thing you're doing is shooting
I
the
admit.
ball and dropping it in the rim. So it's relatively it's mind-boggling that he shoots
So
the
why
ball
hold
and
on
it's flat. It's flat. It hits the front of the rim. It's like a speed ball.
Because he's just
Like,
throwing it. He's not
Yeah.
even
He's not
aiming
even-
it. He's
No,
he
throwing
got
it.
no
Yeah, but
arm.
if you're gonna throw it like that, bro, bank
I'll
it
tell
off
you.
off the backboard. If you're gonna
Right.
throw it like that,
Put
bank
at the
No.
fucking square.
No,
God,
no shade, guy.
right?
exactly right in the middle.
Throw it at the square.
I
Shit.
gave up on watching those off-season videos because of the guy we talked about earlier, Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo Anthony looked like Marvin Hagler in his summertime videos. 3 weeks into the season, he looked like the Michelin Man. I gave up on those preseason summer leagues. Nah. You learn how to, you gotta, after all these years, Anna, and I like Mitch, don't get me wrong, I think he has a great role. But after all these years, if you haven't developed some sort of offensive move to be a non-liability on the court, because the game is flowing, the Knicks are moving the ball, but when he comes in the game, we can't do a pick and roll with him. He can't set a pick and then step back and hit a low range jump shot.
You ain't got to do none of that, dude. Just hit your free throws and rebound.
But he got to have some sort of offensive move.
Get the rebound and go back up strong.
Well, we know what's going to happen when he gets it. We just finished talking about it. We're 20 games into the season, and they're doing hack-a-Mitch.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
That was crazy work.
One thing his IQ is that good. And I say that because it's basketball 101 for any big man. And I'm a short woman, and I even remember them teaching us. When you get a rebound, you keep the ball above your head.
Above your head.
Continuously brings it down.
Right.
Because he wanted to do that pump shit. He wanted that maximum all of that shit.
But you would think a guy like that, the last thing he would want is a pump fake and get fouled.
Facts.
Right. That's why he be speedballing me, throwing that shit back out, because he don't want nobody to touch his ass.
But again, 20 games in, we're doing hack-a-Mitch like this is game 7 of the cup.
No, but that
finals,
again,
man.
crazy work, right? And now here go the league. They'll start copycatting that shit. He done pulled the trigger early on that shit.
So he got to make his free throws. He got to make his free throws. That's the
he got to. He got to.
Make your free throws. Make your free
he
throws.
got to.
Because you could give us the 13 rebounds and you give us 8 to 10 points. That's love. That's love.
Right. But watch what happens when it comes signing time. How much money he gonna think he's supposed to get, right?
The numbers say he won't do it, guys. I hate to say it. The numbers simply say he won't do it.
He better.
His field goal, his free throw percentage is like shit, man. We talked about what's the name a minute ago, didn't we?
Right. No, it's 18%. He's shooting 18% from the.
That's what it was yesterday. Before
it went up to 20 live. It's 20 now.
It's 20.
Going from 18 to 20. Okay.
The only years he ever had more than 60% is when he plays 17 games.
Right. See? So how many teams is going to give him more than 20 a year?
Well, that's good for him because
Right.
It's like,
now,
okay,
on some real shit, should the Knicks give him more than 20 a year?
No.
Okay. See, I agree. I love Mitch, right? I would want him to retire at Knicks, right? But my thing is, I want to see more Ariel Hukporti.
Nah.
I want to see what the fuck is.
Nah.
I want to see what he got.
A lot of room for growth.
He got a lot of room for growth, but he ain't ready right now. He came.
I mean, he ain't ready for 15 minutes again.
Fouled out.
That's what Mitch doing.
He's getting, but I'm saying he's getting run. They're getting run because what Mike Brown is doing is he's acclimating these bench players in that's going to be able to help them in the long run. So they are getting minutes. Like I watched them, like one game they played the whole fourth quarter. They came in and they played.
Yeah, no, that was. I know what game you're talking about.
And I'm like,
yeah.
That's valuable playing time. But for Hukporti is good. Like, okay, he'll roll to the basket and dunk, but the game is still really fast for him. It's still really fast.
I got you.
He's always like 3 or 4 steps behind, and that's why he's always getting fouls. And it's like, yeah, there's potential there, but you got a long way to go. This is building.
Right. So I'm talking about next year because Mitch is a free agent, unrestricted.
Well, we got to see what Hukporti's development is because he was there last season.
So again, if he's not ready, right, which he probably still won't be to say he's the starter, right? Do you give Mitch $20 million or more?
I'll give Mitch that money, yeah.
Wow.
Mitch that money.
Mitch is not after 8 years of the same
Mitch
thing.
Mitch is extremely valuable, and you get into these playoff series and you need buckets down at the end. He ain't gonna get you the bucket, but he's damn sure gonna get you the rebound to get you that bucket. And
I believe we accommodating
defense.
Right. I believe we doing Mitch a favor accommodating him to a really exact diet of time and place.
Yep.
And I think that deserves a cut in pay.
Well,
you feel me?
If you think about it, so what if he turns it around and starts hitting his free throws? If he hit 70% of his free throws,
give him 20 mil. Give him 20 mil.
Again, you can't pay somebody on ifs and ands.
That's market value though. That's market value.
We're talking 8 years, Bishop, of the same thing.
It's market value,
and you know that motherfucker is not going to hit no fucking value.
He's been in the league for 8 years.
Yeah.
The market for his position is this. They got the money, so I don't care. They got the money. It ain't like they suffering for money. Pay the dude the money. They got the money, and if he went someplace else, he's gonna command X amount of dollars because he's a veteran. So
God bless him.
So
if somebody wants to put up with
injuries and
3.6 points,
that's the same thing
at 20% from the line. God bless him.
That's the same thing with
bad country music. You know what I'm saying? Get him out of here.
Hartenstein went to OKC. He got overpaid.
Right, but
he's not even useful for what OKC is doing.
He fills that role perfectly.
He fills a role, right.
Perfectly.
When the game is on the line or when they're in the prime time, he's not even in the game. So what role is he filling?
He's averaging 12 points, 10 rebounds, 67% from the field.
How many assists?
Hold on. 4.
And
that's crazy.
He's shooting 65% from the line.
So
that's crazy.
Those stats.
And he's making less money than Mitchell Robinson.
But I'm saying the stats that you're quoting are he's playing in garbage time. The game
he's not.
No,
the game is already over.
Not.
I'm not gonna act like I watched the motherfuckers.
He's playing 24 minutes a game.
I watched because
there ain't that much garbage time in the NBA. That's half the game.
The games are already over.
Come on, man. It was last year. It was the same
way
thing.
them motherfuckers is playing. The shit is over in the first quarter.
Right, but I'm saying it was the same thing last year.
If you watch OKC play, OKC plays with a bunch of 6'7" to 6'9" guys, and then they got the tall string bean guy in there. So they overwhelm you. They overwhelm you with defense, and Shea is consistent with his offense, and then the other guys, because you focus so much on Shea, the other guys are hitting threes and they cut to the basket and doing everything else. Hartenstein is too slow to play with them. He's too slow. They play too fast.
He fits the role that he's supposed to
and
fit.
just for the record, Hartenstein's making $28.5 million a season.
Wow. He got overpaid. And they don't even utilize him. So you overpaid for this guy.
How do they not utilize him, Bishop? Last year when they won the chip, again, we could say what we want, but numbers don't lie. They won the chip last year. He averaged 28 minutes a game, 12 points. Hold on, 12 points, 10 rebounds, 10.7 rebounds. How the hell are you not in the game doing that? We're talking last year when they weren't 23-1, when they won a chip. Those were the numbers he put up. Mitchell Robinson ain't nowhere near that shit.
Yeah.
No,
at the rate he's going, he won't be.
I'm not comparing the two. I'm just saying the money, if Hartenstein is getting paid 28 for what he's doing, Mitch in his role can get paid 20. And it's not like the Knicks are suffering for money. And the market is going to command that he gets paid that.
We could agree to disagree. I ain't paying him. That's all.
Yeah, I wouldn't pay that motherfucker.
He had 8 years to prove this.
I love Mitch. He was one of my favorite Knicks.
Yeah, I wanted to trade him. But
put his ass on the unemployment line.
Ironically, him and Hartenstein have been in the league the same amount of time, 8 years.
Yeah.
And Hartenstein has improved every year, where Mitchell Robinson hasn't.
Whoa! Back up for a second. Before Hartenstein came to the Knicks. Before he came to the Knicks, you didn't even know who he was. He was a nobody.
I didn't say I knew who he was. I'm looking at his numbers.
You know what? I kind of did. I kind of did, Bishop. Like, I'm not gonna act like he was no fucking superstar.
He was
he made his name for himself in New York.
He did his thing on the Clippers, and he made a name for himself on the Clippers.
Exactly.
No. He was a role player on the Clippers.
Yes, he was.
He barely played, and then he came to the Knicks, and with the team that he had, grabbing rebounds and being that utility guy,
and being that passer.
And then he got paid.
That's where he acclimated himself in New York.
He got paid
from that. But now from 2 years of that. Right.
Now in OKC, he is a square peg in a round hole because they don't even play like that.
Four rebounds, four assists a game means he's still playing the passer role.
And 12 rebounds. Listen to this. He started his career averaging 1.9 points a game to 12.2.
So he was a nobody.
His rebounds 1.7 to 10.7. You think Mitchell Robinson has increased that long over 8 years?
Yeah, but the way
I'm asking the question.
But I'm saying
no,
the way the pay scale works.
He hasn't. He's still averaging 3 points a game.
But I'm saying the way the pay scale works, it's your longevity.
We're not talking about the pay scale right now, Bishop. We're talking about straight talent. So he don't have the talent to get 20 million. Not from the Knicks.
I wouldn't give that motherfucker 20 million.
No, I'm sorry. That's just me.
Mitch is not as talented as Hartenstein, but what I'm saying is the position and the longevity that he's been in the league will command that amount of money. And it will command that amount of money.
Somebody's gonna give it to him.
That was my question. That was my question. You know what I'm saying? Would the Knicks have to give him a money because of the demand, or you know what I'm saying? Can we not survive without that motherfucker and get that 20 to somebody else that we need?
Or pay 10 million to two better players?
I do that. Now
I'm not saying
I'm just tired of that motherfucker. That's all. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to make excuses for him.
Who fills the center position though?
Well, to Live's point, Haporti's only 22 years old.
Right, 20. I think he's 23. But still, he's a baby.
Yeah.
He's a baby.
And I'm
You know what
not
I'm saying?
saying he's the answer, guys. Don't get me wrong.
Me neither. Me
But
neither.
he's 23 years old.
Honestly, I felt that he earned playing time.
Exactly.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes,
sir.
He was
Yes, sir.
competing. Stop. He was competing with Sims. Stop it. Stop it. He was competing with Sims. He was competing with Jericho Sims for playing time. Stop.
When?
Stop.
Yeah, yeah. Last year
Last
he did
season.
beat out Jericho Sims. Yeah,
Last season he was competing with Jericho Sims for playing time, and now you suggesting that this dude would be a fit to replace Mitch Robinson.
No, I didn't say that.
I don't want to. I don't want to
say that.
You didn't say that.
Right.
Well,
and I don't want to insinuate that
either.
either.
Before you go any further, like I don't put any credence in what R is saying because he's not even a Knicks fan.
I knew that was coming.
Yo, you need to move past that, son. You need to move past it. Get over it, man, and move on to some new light. Move on to some new light. Stop that nonsense.
Nope.
Hey, I'll tell you what, though. I think I had more. What can I say? I think I had more hope for Jericho Sims.
Wow. I did too, because he jumped out the roof.
Yeah, he was
super
very athletic. Could run the floor. He just couldn't.
Everything else was exactly what y'all say with Mitch. He couldn't catch the ball. He couldn't do
exactly.
Can't
shoot a foul shot.
He's in Milwaukee now, I believe, and he's
he is. Yeah, he is.
He's playing. He gets playing time, but he's still
does he?
The same. Yeah,
I'm happy for the dude, man. Like
guy,
again, man. Right.
He's still getting garbage minutes though.
But I'm saying he's still the same guy. The game looks too fast. It looks like he's 3 steps behind what's going on. It's like, yo, dude, like, and I understand, like, sometimes those big guys, like, the elevator doesn't get up there as quickly as it should. But it's like, yo, you've been in the league, so you should be able to contribute.
And he should be killing people.
Right. Even if you just like a DeAndre Jordan, just throw a oop up there and I'm gonna catch a oop. That's it.
Right.
And as bad as Milwaukee is playing, you would think he would have an easier role in trying to shine because he really ain't got nothing to lose. They ain't going nowhere.
But here's the thing. He's that same type of player like Mitch. Who does Milwaukee have to throw it up to him?
Right, there you go.
Yeah, that's true.
The same way Mitch don't really have no one to throw it up to him. Jalen Brunson is Jalen Brunson. We love him to death. But I've said it on Mix and Ish all the time.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing he lacks is that passing.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
That's his downfall as a point guard.
He chooses that.
He does, because the other game, I forget what game it was. He had like 11 assists, although he shot like shit. He did have 11 assists.
He chooses to play like that because he's a very smart, he's a very savvy guy. He chooses to play like that, and that's when I say Evil Brunson shows up. Because there's been the games where it's like, yo, dude, we lost the game because you wanted to be the one to do the post game interview.
Right.
So we lost the game because Cat was rolling. The game that Bridges had like almost 40 points or had 40 points.
And we lost.
And we lost because Brunson wanted to be the one to put the cherry on top. When that's your boy. That's your boy. Like, let him eat. Like, he don't eat all the time. Let him eat.
Right.
And it's like you took 5 to 8 more shots than you should have took. Those should have been his shots since he was on.
And can we ask a serious question?
6 for 21 or something that
Yes.
game?
Yes.
You hit it on the head. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Can we ask? Has that union worked?
Yes. Yes, it has.
Okay. All right.
Yes, it has.
Okay.
With the 3 Villanova players.
No. I'm talking about
Bridges?
Cat and Brunson.
Oh yeah, it definitely works.
It's working now.
All right.
It definitely works
All right.
for me.
Whenever we see it.
My only thing is that I feel like Brunson has to get everyone else involved first, right? He's gonna eat. It's just in him. He's a dog, right? Like I've said it on shows and I've said it on X. The Knicks offense needs to run through Cat. Cat needs to get going early on.
Yes.
Because if Cat gets going, it opens up the court for everybody else. For Jalen, for Josh, Mikal, OG.
I agree.
You have to get Cat going early.
I agree.
And
but then
multi-level
on the
scorer.
flip side of it, where you say evil Brunson, there's times where the team ain't doing shit, and he has to. He has to take over,
yesterday.
right? Think
What
about
I'm saying-
yesterday's game in the first quarter.
Like yesterday.
Without him, we would have got blown out.
Oh,
we'd
in the
have
first
got.
quarter.
But
Easily.
I'm saying that's the
Easily.
discipline of it. But that's the discipline of it, though, because if you were playing that way all along, then these guys would be fitting into their roles, and you would get the 15 to 18 points from Bridges. You would get the 15 to 18 points from OG. You would get the 25 points from Cat. You would get the whoever's, if Josh Hart is in there, you get the 15 to 18 from him, and then you get 20 to 25 from Brunson, and then you get the guys coming off the bench and contributing there 10 to 20 points or whatever. And because the Knicks are scoring like 134 points in games, 140 points in games, and that's because the ball moves. Now, when Evil Brunson shows up and he wants to do the footwork, dribble, pivot, this, that, I'm not saying you can't do that, but you got to minimize that. That's when the shot clock is going down, when you need to create something, not initiate the offense that way. Cat.
But the weirdest thing I see with Brunson, and I said it last year, I never seen a guy get 6 assists, 7 assists, and I didn't see one of them.
Facts.
Well,
I didn't see one of them. Maybe I was sleeping, but
nah.
Well, when Bridges had that 40-point game, most of those assists came from
of course
Brunson. But then there were times when he had the opportunity to throw the ball to him, and he chose to take a bad shot or a contested shot.
He do that every game. That's him every game. Every game.
Brunson needs 10 to 15 shots. That's it. If you can't score your 20 points and your 20 to 25 points and 10 to 15 shots with your free throws, then
if it ain't working,
somebody. Because Cat, I'm telling you, when Cat is rolling, he ain't getting no stupid fouls. He ain't doing the dummy stuff. He's playing ball. Like the other night,
I think to Anna's point, man, like let him start the game. Get that first quarter or that first half of the first quarter to him, because you're gonna be in there the whole quarter anyway.
Pretty much,
right? You know what I'm saying?
Check this out. To change
to me, it seems like if he's not involved early, he's really out of it.
Right.
Yeah.
And then he does dumb shit.
I think it has to be an even balance, because I think teams can stop Jalen, right?
Yes.
They can double team him, put big wings on him. There's not many teams that can stop Cat.
Right. And that has to be basketball knowledge part.
Right.
You're supposed to recognize that and attack smaller teams. Like go into him on smaller teams first. Let Jalen work them other little sheets and let him work them out. You know what I'm saying? On the other side of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's part of coaching too. That, you know, we got to see Brown execute that. We got to see now what his adjustments is going to be.
I think we've seen glimpses of it, because in the last couple of games, Deuce has gotten hot early, right? Josh has gotten hot early, but it just needs to be done more consistently.
Right.
My boy Black Answer says no matter how many stars the Knicks have, it seems like they choke at key moments.
Here's a weird.
Delete that comment. Delete that comment.
Here's a weird stat before y'all go to bed.
What game he watching?
The Lakers are losing. The Lakers are losing to San Antonio by 15 points.
Yep.
And Wembanyama is not playing.
Right.
That's crazy.
Golden State, OKC won by 100 points. Nobody played more than 24 minutes. Nobody. Starters to the last guy on the bench. Nobody played more than 24 minutes.
Right.
Because they got in there, they got after it, and then they kept it moving. The Lakers, I think the problem with them is they're trying to acclimate LeBron back into the offensive flow, and it's kind of like slowing things down. I think with when Austin Reeves and Luka, because Austin Reeves has taken, he's picked up a lot of Luka traits. He's picked up a lot of Luka traits, because I watched some of his moves, and it's like he's a shorter, faster Luka,
and he can shoot better
with some of the moves that he's making and how he's scoring. And it's just like, okay, all right, but I think we're trying to acclimate LeBron back into it. It's kind of like stifling them.
Right.
It's kind of like stifling them.
It's slowing them down.
But they'll get it. They'll get it together. They'll get it together.
At some point.
This guy is averaging 28 points a night.
Who? Austin Reeves.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was without LeBron.
5 rebounds,
Right.
7 assists.
That was without LeBron.
Right.
Yep. Well, majority, yeah.
Yeah, it was without LeBron because it's like, okay, well, if everybody's gonna focus on Luka, shit, this is easy for me. I can eat.
Exactly.
I can eat.
Between both of them, they're averaging 63 points a night. Luka and
That's crazy.
Reeves.
That's crazy.
And then the other players were Ayton, Hachimura, all these guys were fitting in and they were producing.
Mm-hmm.
And now you stifle that by trying to bring LeBron back in and force fit him into the lineup, and it's just like you got to wean.
I mean,
him
that's $50 million is talking, B. You know what I'm saying? Like what choice you got?
But,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
I think you placate him. Hey,
right?
We trying to minutes restriction. You know, just so that you get these
work.
guys, so that you get these guys because LeBron is savvy enough.
They not gonna fuck up that farewell tour. They should bring out the start.
He's too much of an egomaniac to go.
They're not gonna do the Chris Paul.
No,
not 50 mil. I mean, that what Chris was making that vet minimum, right? Get out of here, beat that.
Exactly.
Go. You go to the candy store with that boy. You out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like they not gonna do that with LeBron. That's 50 mil.
I gotta shut it down for the night. So
yes, sir.
I want to thank everyone for joining. Mrs. Nix, Bishop, Dom, live.
Yes, sir.
Who else we had on here?
Evelyn,
Evelyn, of course. Dave, of course. You know what I'm saying? Ronan Black, also in the chat, Black Atcha, and of course Steve Azul. Check out Nick. Check out Nix and Ish. Excuse me.
Nix and Ish.
Check that show out. It's a good show. I like to always check it out when I'm awake.
Yeah, right.
Throw my 2 cents in. It's always a good listen, good watch. Also the Bleed Blue show. Support those guys as well. Great talk on that. And hopefully we'll see you again next week.
The Knicks play kind of early this week, don't they, Anna?
They play Saturday at 5:30.
Yeah, I might be awake for the show this time.
Yeah, I got the popcorn for that.
Wrestling comes on Saturday night.
Yeah, I'll be awake for that one.
Same here, Dom. All right, guys.
All right.
Have a good night.
Good night, guys.
Yeah.